Come and revive your mind on sacred shores of shifting sand. No steeple, no pews, no people, no news, just water and you.
I'll be right back, guys.
What? We just went live. We're live. Well, we've got.
Go grab a different ring because one of my stones fell out of my ring today.
All right, fair enough.
So.
Okay.
Oh, I just got a notification that Fishy Things is live right now. Maybe I should check.
Oh yeah, I better.
Things, man.
Yes, and he usually talks fishing, like it's amazing. He'll get into personal stuff too, and he keeps you very interested.
True.
Yeah, maybe you know what I'm talking about. You guys watch Fishy Things too?
I've seen.
I've Fishy Things.
I think.
And I watch Art of Fishing, man. I watch that guy. Oh look!
Oh my gosh! Look at that. He's right there.
He's on the pan. Chaos going.
What's up?
Actively fishing.
Actively fishing.
Actively fishing. I like it.
That makes a fishing show right there.
This is a fishing show. Catch a fish, Chaos. Catch us a fish.
I'm trying. They really slowed down.
Yeah, they'll pick back up. Just keep at her.
Yep.
What time is it there?
Same time at 7:20.
7:20. Yeah.
We're all in it together.
Once that starts getting dark, though, they're gonna have a frenzy.
I hope so.
And hopefully we're live when it happens.
Right.
I know, right? Yeah. I'm fishing with my buddy Pat. I'm pulling Pat on the kayak.
No pressure, but there's like, 5 other professional fishermen watching.
Oh, I never said I was professional.
Me neither.
All right.
What it takes to be a professional. What
Now I can see.
to be a professional fisherman?
If you've made a nickel fishing, you're a pro.
That's true,
One
actually.
nickel.
If you make financial gain from what you do, you're a professional.
Mm-hmm.
Financial gainers at making a living.
What's
There
up,
are, man.
Coop?
Now that I'm monetized and I look at some of the old school channels that, I look at their views and all that stuff now, and I'm just like, I do the calculations in my head, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, you guys are making like $5,000-$6,000 a month. It's like crazy.
Like a real
That
job.
is crazy.
I'd be happy at $2,000 a month. I could live off that.
I want 200 a month because that's what payments on a pontoon boat are.
Yeah.
So, did you get your first paycheck?
Well, you didn't catch it.
No, I had to redo some stuff. So
Did you? I got mine on the 20. I got my first paycheck from Google
Congratulations.
on June 23rd. It was, and my whopping earnings for the month of May was $167.91.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah,
I'm happy with that.
That's better than nothing.
That's better than nothing. I made that sleeping.
Yep, that's awesome.
Yep.
So
you were gonna go fishing anyway, right?
Yeah, you might as well be paid for it. I mean, and the money, I stick right back into either fishing gear or my mom because she's going to a nursing home.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, not cool that she's got to go to nursing.
Cool, huh?
No, it's time. It's for the best.
That's cool you're doing that.
Hey man, I've been there ever since it started, so it's
Yep.
like now it's full.
All right. Enough small talk. We're gonna tell the folks what we're here for.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I brought together.
Anyways, blah blah blah.
An eclectic group of Midwest YouTube fishermen, so that we could all talk about next month's fishing trends, what species you should target, how you should target them. You know what I mean? What the weather patterns will be like in the Midwest. So if anyone has any questions, feel free to ask them in the chat. We'll do our best to get them answered. You know what I mean? But let's start with some introductions in case there's some people now or in the future that haven't seen any of us. How about, you know what? let's see if Ancient Art's sound is working yet. If not, I'll just introduce him. He's having some technical difficulties because of his signal where he's at. He was going to be fishing in a really cool place. But a lot of the people in Wisconsin have known. I've personally been a fan of Ancient Art for a long time, and he's actually the inspiration that started both mine and Shannon's channels. As a matter of fact, if you Google fishing spots for flathead catfish in Wisconsin, it will take you to Ancient Art's YouTube page. He is a big deal, man. Very cool guy. I'm so grateful to know him and to have fished with him. And I wish his signal worked right now. But does anyone else want to add anything to that introduction of Ancient Art?
Like you, I
Gone.
searched and found him, and I thought it was fascinating that he's fishing the same spots that I'm fishing. So I found that fascinating, especially doing a search for the area and having him come up. Yeah, it's just neat. But I've not talked to him. Just a heads up here. I've never talked to him or had an interaction. I've left comments on his in his YouTube page and what have you, but I've never run into him. I've never chatted with him. So to you, Fishy, for putting this together, thanks for doing that. I'm looking forward.
Yeah, thanks, Fishy. This is cool.
No problem, guys.
I'd also like to add thanks for putting this together, this panel. This is pretty cool. And Ancient Art of Fishing was my influence for my YouTube channel as well.
Awesome. All right.
We've actually ran into him down at the river. Well, yeah, he was a great inspiration to start this.
I've seen him actually one time before. We were just fishing in town here in the Baraboo River for just trout. You know, we didn't really know what we were doing. And I saw him at his vehicle with all his equipment. And all I thought to myself was, wow, that's cool. He's recording his experience. And it's just something I noted in my head. And then I met him like a year later in Sauk.
Oh, it sounds good.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you.
What'd you do?
So
Let's go.
I just downloaded the app. I was trying to use the web link, so the app seems a lot better.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
how did Shannon go?
you were out of
Woo-hoo!
the blown.
Okay, we were all just talking about you. You want to talk about yourself?
Yeah, so how I came on this fishing thing is I don't know how many of you watch like River Monsters. So
Yeah.
like that was like 15 years ago. And I was like, you know what? I can catch those fish. And then like after 6 years now, I'm like, yeah, I can't actually catch those fish because I don't live in the Amazon, so I don't actually do that. And like I was like, but you know, I was watching like other like older YouTubers that have been on for longer, like 618 Fishing or Pig Patrol TV, and those people, and they're like, I can catch those fish. So that's kind of what I've been doing ever since. And yeah, if you look behind me, I'm actually at Jefferson on the other side of the bridge. So I think I'm gonna fish off those docks.
Heck yeah.
Or just on
Great
the other
spot.
side of the dam.
So my phone cut off. How did
No,
you get
don't
your
go
signal
anywhere
back?
else. You stay right there.
My phone cut off when you
Stand
were
right there.
explaining,
Don't
but
move.
how did he get his signal back?
I downloaded the app instead of like just working off the
Oh, gotcha.
instead of working off the
Yeah.
web link.
Yeah, awesome. I didn't even think of that. That's
I
awesome.
didn't either. You know
I
what's
didn't know you
ironic?
could
is
download
the
it,
first
though.
time I went on someone else's StreamYard, I had the exact same problem and it didn't register.
Yeah, the app obviously works. Because like the app works and the non-app thing doesn't.
Wow.
Unfortunately, I'm gonna get my stuff. I think I'm gonna set myself on this little dock here because
Do your thing, man.
Yeah.
We're so happy to have you here on the panel.
I'm happy to
Watch
be
Guess
here.
what? We're going to go
It's like
around and
watching one of
introduce
your
everyone else. We
videos.
just spent the first 20 minutes talking about how amazing you are.
Really, too.
Yeah, so
It's
what,
like
what,
watching one of his videos.
Right.
Right.
We're like
I
watching.
gotta figure out a good place to actually fish from because
And not to mention, we got Chaos Goat here.
Let's go.
Go.
Chaos Goats from Minnesota.
Woo!
Pagoda, nice.
Fishing in the great state of Minnesota.
Minnesota.
That's right.
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Minnesota, hey, we had to have
West
somebody in here so
Wisconsin,
that
as
we could
Fishy likes to
Midwest.
call it.
They should
Because
just
if it wasn't
call.
for Chaos Goat, this would just be the Wisconsin fishing network.
They should just call Minnesota and Wisconsin Southern Canada.
I call it
Yeah, exactly.
Southern
I
Canada.
call Minnesota and Wisconsin Canada Light.
Yeah, I mean you go
Pretty much
you
the same
go right to
thing.
Canada across the Great Lake, it looks exactly like Wisconsin.
Oh, exactly.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, that's like if I ever had to move countries or whatever, I would move to Canada.
Chaos, can you give us a rundown of what you got, what kind of water you're in, what you're casting with, what you got tied on, what you're after? I mean, while you're...
I'm using a medium heavy ugly stick with the Pisca Fun reel. This is a size 3000, and I've got a lily pad on here, but we're targeting largemouth bass and pike. And I'm on a private lake out of my buddy's place, and I'm using a spinner bait right now. And I got a steel leader on here. I don't know if you can see it, but using a steel leader, and I'm using a three-quarter ounce spinner bait, trying to catch a big pike.
Nice.
You're gonna watch
And
two
we've been out here since 3 p.m. and I've caught 6 largemouth, and my buddy Pat behind me, he's caught 4, and we both lost nice pike. They were pulling drag and they popped off.
We got 3 guys fishing now. Awesome. Thank you.
right. We got a fishing show.
We got a fishing show.
It's like 60% fishing show, 40% or 40% fishing show, 60% talk show. Let's roll.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Adam, do you wanna introduce yourself? Tell us about you.
Adam, I run the Scuffed Up Drill and Chill channel. It started with ice fishing. I am a very busy guy in the summertime when it comes to work, and my work slows down in the wintertime. So I've always just had a lot of time to go ice fishing. And I put Drill and Chill together and just focused on channels after going through the internet and finding just these channels that were just fishing. And I was making family videos and putting them all on one channel, but this put it all on one channel and just lined it up and just started going.
Right on, man.
Definitely during fishing, ice fishing. Really, to me, ice fishing just really makes that winter go by quick. I'm not trying to rush through winter anymore. Definitely don't get cabin fever. I get that rush that I think deer hunters get before they go up. You know what I'm saying?
Totally.
Like a race car driver before he goes out for a.
All right.
Right
Oh,
at
sorry.
the-
All this softwater fishing is all off-season fishing.
That's awesome.
Mrs. Swift, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I am Mrs. Swift, aka Dusty, South Wisconsin Family Fishing's wife. My inspiration was actually ancient art of fishing and South Wisconsin Family Fishing, but I like to go fishing for pretty much anything: bass, pike, what are they, walleye, anything really. But
From what I
Anything that-
understand, what I hear is you're the better fisherman of the two of you, yeah?
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
No, everything. She always yells. She's like, every time we come out here, I catch like 1, maybe 2 fish, but you get like 6 or 7. It's not fair. But then there are days we went out and I didn't catch anything, not even a bite, and she had like 8 fish, and I'm like, and I went home like a pouting kid. I'm like, oh, that sucks.
I have become the drum queen because I was like catching drum out of the river in where was that, Lake Delton?
Yeah, like River's Edge.
Yeah, River's Edge, and nobody else was really catching anything. I just kept popping them out like every 5 seconds.
Yeah, it was funny. It was great though.
And then my biggest fish is a 57.5-inch lake sturgeon.
That's a
Wow.
nice fish. Oh,
Yeah.
you guys heard that? 57.5-inch lake sturgeon. Come on, guys.
Oh yeah, I got.
All right, Shannon. Last but not least, why don't you tell us about you, buddy?
All right, so
My pal.
I'm South Wisconsin Family Fishing. My channel, I started my channel September 11th, 2024. And so it's not really old at all. Um, Ancient Art of Fishing was a channel I used to watch. I'd go fishing, but I didn't go fishing like I go fishing now. Like it's amazing stuff you learn along the way, and how you improve your art. And it's just I would watch his channels, and then I ran into him once, and we had a really good conversation, and I saw how he was doing it, and I was just like, you know what? So I researched it, and I'm like, okay, you need a phone and blah blah blah. Of course, I have head cams now, and we record the sessions and all that stuff. But he
Yeah,
was my inspiration, and I'm really glad that I pursued this dream because this is fun to me. This is just fun.
it is.
You meet cool people that
really
are real
relaxing.
people, not BS people. They're and we all love what we're doing. So I mean, it's awesome, and I'm always here to help anybody. So it's like if anybody ever asks, like, "Hey, do you know how to do this or that?" I'm like right there.
It's my go-to
Success
for me
is
to,
to be shared.
yeah. It
Really
helps
is.
me clear my mind.
But anyways, we're a couple, so I created her channel for her, which
Yeah.
I was actually wasn't supposed to be serious.
No, it wasn't.
But her channel blew up
She's got
way
more subs
faster
than you,
than mine,
doesn't
and I
she?
thought mine was fast. I mean,
Doesn't
she
she have
had
more
over.
subs than you?
She's got like 200 more subs than me already, and it's like she jumped 500 subs in 2 days. I was
That's
like, what
crazy.
the hell is going on?
I
know.
noticed that. Yeah.
Guys,
And
I'm
her,
telling you, the I'm a woman and I fish. That works, man. That
Hundred
works.
percent.
I
Hundred
think what it
percent.
is it's a male dominated sport. So when you
Exactly.
have
Yeah.
a female that's
Yeah.
a professional, men tend to
Yeah.
flock that. And I told her, I said, you know what? When you're monetized, I want you to dance and prance and hey guys, and blah blah blah, because you're the one who's going to be bringing in most of the gifts and everything, super chats,
He has 1,070
members.
and I have 1,204.
Yeah. So I
Wow.
think
Hey
that's pretty
guys,
awesome.
can you
What's
see
up,
like that
Bob?
little? Can you guys see like the little carp down there, like the bubbles? It's probably not.
Necessarily.
Yeah, I
Let me
see
see
it.
if I
Yeah.
can enlarge your screen. I'll see if I can do.
I have you on my 65-inch TV. I can see
No,
it.
they're definitely in this little channel here. But either way, I'll just turn it back.
I
That
saw a
didn't
lot
help.
of carp today.
Oh, they're like I see their mouths just coming up breathing like in this little ditch here.
Yeah, isn't that like freaky?
I want to go.
Yeah.
I had one jump in front of me today when I was out, and it scared the hell out of me so bad I almost flew on my butt. And it was flooded where I was fishing, so I was standing in like 2 feet of water.
Crazy.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
think
so I have one question I want to ask Bob, and then we can get into the nitty gritty and actually
Yeah.
talk about fishing in the month of July, right?
Yeah.
Um, Bob, how does it feel to kind of hear all these anecdotal stories of all these successful YouTube fishermen that really got going because of you? How does it feel to hear that you're inspirational like that?
Oh, it feels great. It feels great. It's it's always building a community, and like some people think, some people really do think that like there's more people, there's more competition, but a lot of YouTubers I see from other places, they all like stream and fish with each other, and it really helps just like build everyone's following.
yeah,
So
Absolutely.
there's absolutely zero competition.
No.
yeah,
We grow
unless you
together.
make it a competition.
Yep.
Like, hey, me and
Bingo.
Drill Chill are going
Yeah.
fishing at 2 different locations, and we do a friendly, like whoever catches the most fish, as a game, But as far as natural competition, I haven't seen any. It's not like it.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
everybody's a community. And Bob's right. I mean, we all grow. We grow together.
yeah.
All right. So
Community.
the question of the day is, if you were going to target one species of fish this July, what would you target? Why and how? I'll give you the floor, Bob.
July is actually like usually like every other month it might be like catfish or flatheads, but like July I've been catching I might be catching quite a bit of bass at least the first half of July because
I agree.
it's just spawning and like I've got a lot of places for bass. There's several places like down in southern Wisconsin that I know of that have like big bass. I don't think I'm gonna be able to stream from those places because they're like their signal's really bad because those are the little towns that have like 500 people. and you don't get any signal from those towns. But like, if you guys have been to like Cadiz Springs down there, that pond has like that lake has like huge bass and pike too. So I might be going for that.
That's nice.
All right, Casco, same question. Do you want to piggyback? I heard you say you agree with Bob. You want to piggyback, say anything more on that?
Yeah, pretty much basically repeating the same thing he said. I mean, those are my favorite fish to target, pretty much year round. And I'm going to be going to new spots that I've never gone to try and target them. And
Specifically for the month of July, would you change up any of your tactics, your tackle, and anything like that, or just stick
no,
with-
well, I'm going to new water to me, so I'm gonna go with what I always go with, like spinner baits, and if I need to switch anything up and try something different, I will. But
Okay.
just gonna test it out.
Adam, same question to you. Month of July, what species would you think be best to target, and how would you target them?
This next month, I'm probably going to catch more bass than anything.
Okay.
All right. I like my walleye, so if I can get out of the shallows into some deeper water, I'm definitely going to go down for walleye. All right.
Okay.
I'm a big fan of the old chatterbaits, and whatever I can get down to those, I'll jig plastics down there. I'll toss plastics out there, swim baits, get them down to it. But as far as the summertime in those shallow waters, when it comes to bass, I'll be throwing top waters,
Okay.
poppers, right? I'll be getting in the weeds with frogs. I like that surface strike. Yeah, I think that's fun too.
All right. Thank you very much. South Wisconsin Family Fishing. Do
I
you guys
have
want me
to,
to ask you the question separately, or do you want to take them on as a team?
Probably
as a team
As
because
a
we
team?
use the same
All right.
technique.
Yeah, we do.
So
Okay.
for July for us in this area, specifically on the Wisconsin River, is smallmouth month, I call it, because a lot of smallies start biting because they're pre-spawning. And that's what she said. That's funny. So what I use for tackle is I actually switched to a Ned rig with a green plastic night crawler or crawfish. And I
Okay.
do a dip, and then I cast it in current, jig, and then just let it kind of float down and stuff. And last year, I'm telling you, they hit hard. I mean, it was some of them pulled the hook right out of their mouth. They fought so hard. I mean, I lost a really big bass. But yeah, July and whopper plopper too. Even on the river, there's certain areas that I cast on the river. I'm not kidding you. I caught smallies and one or two largemouth bass on the river, and with a whopper plopper. So that was cool. I use two colors. I use perch, and I use the black loon. No other color. Maybe a white one if it's really sunny outside for pike. But no, it's smallmouth bass season in July for us. So Ned rig and whopper plopper.
Yeah, definitely.
So everyone pretty much agrees July is a really good month to get after those bass, whether it be largemouth or smallmouth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And then, so I know that Adam said he's probably going to do some top water stuff to get after them. Correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, so you're gonna work a crawfish jig kind of along the bottom, right, Shannon? And
Yep.
Cass, am I assuming you're gonna work the spinner bait to get after those bass? Cass?
Oh,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sorry, I was muted. I was talking with Pat about our next plan of attack here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just rehashing. You're gonna go after bass with spinner bait in July?
Yeah, spinner baits, and I'll try some top water too. Some
Bob, I don't know. Sorry, Bob.
No,
what did you say? What you were going to use to target bass? I know you said you were going after bass in July. Bob.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm gonna. I tend to use fatheads under a bobber, but I'll probably try
Okay.
I'll probably use a lot of the small curly tail grubs.
Okay, small curly tail grubs.
Yeah,
And fatheads under a bobber.
Yeah, fatheads under bobber is the best thing, man.
live
Right
bait.
on. Yeah.
Bait.
Yeah,
Totally
You know,
agree.
on the river too, a slip bobber on the river. like 25 feet. Oh my God, walleye.
What were you saying, Adam? I didn't catch what you
Real
were saying.
chill. I'll go to we need to go boating and do that.
Okay.
That's what I was agreeing with the live bait. If you're asking me,
Oh yeah, 100%.
but there's
All right.
sport of lures, luring them in.
What do you think? I can't. I let it out for a little bit.
Kind of want to hear what you're saying about fishing there. What's the plan of attack?
We're just trolling right now, seeing if we can't get a bite on that.
I am really, really happy and satisfied with this.
Me too.
And it fits perfectly. Backpack.
So it sounds like everyone's probably going after bass this July. Lots of different tactics. Does anyone in the chat have any questions for anyone on the panel? Preferably fishing type questions, but any questions at all?
Me too. I was ranting about it all day. Singing.
Shannon, we had once talked about getting out to Devil's Lake. There is like no signal in there. I had to look
Oh yeah.
the whole time. I did not know I couldn't get out of there. I mean, it is a
Oh
big,
yeah.
a
Devil's
big.
Lake is a dead zone.
Yes, it
Yeah,
is.
you'd have to just
Yeah.
shoot long form there. That's about all you could do.
Yeah.
There was so much foot traffic. It was just I don't
All
know.
right.
It was a good hangout.
And by the way, Devil's Lake is a trout lake. There's a couple of bass in there, but there's not much else.
Yeah, that's all trout. Brown trout.
Yeah, my son actually caught a 15-inch trout out of Devil's Lake. He's the only one that caught one. That was last year.
He didn't even know what the hell it was.
Yeah.
I'm like, and then when I saw it, I was like, oh my, I've never caught a bass. Believe it or not, in my entire life, I have never caught a trout, a bass, a trout.
I was gonna say I thought you caught a 20-incher.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right?
no, I've never caught a trout, never caught a muskie.
You've never caught a trout. Wow.
Yeah, I've never caught a trout or a muskie either, or a catfish.
Yeah, she's never caught a catfish.
Really?
All right, come on, guys. I'll get you out on the boat. I'll get you some
I'm
cats.
telling you, we should all get together sometime just to get her to get a catfish. You know,
It's got to be on a Sunday though.
everybody's standing around her, like telling her the baits and stuff, and then she finally catches a catfish. No, she catches a bullhead.
I mean,
caught bullhead before.
Cat's cat.
I wouldn't mind going bullhead fishing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you got to catch the big ones though. Like every pond has those things, but like
Yeah,
the big ones are hard to find.
yeah.
yeah,
That's
they are.
right. We got Ancient Art here. That's who we need to go catfishing with.
I know.
Yeah, 100%.
No,
Yes.
well, you know
He-
what?
Ed Drill.
If you ever
He
do the
is
guys
down to do
camping
the
on Harvey
Wisconsin River Island with us all.
I'm telling
Yeah,
you,
like there's an island across from the railroad bridge at Sauk City. It's quite good. But there are a lot of gar there though, so that's always troublesome.
Can you
I
stand
mean,
10?
I want to catch a gar.
I've never caught a
honestly.
gar.
I haven't caught
I haven't
caught a gar in Wisconsin. I've caught plenty of them in Missouri, but like they're hard to hook.
I mean, I've reeled in, or I've caught 2 catfish off the river here in Baraboo, and I've reeled them to shore, and then they got off, and
They're big.
the head on one of them was like this huge.
It was big,
It was huge.
but the current was crazy too.
Yeah, and it was really flooded.
The Baraboo River, my least favorite spot to fish, and I
Yeah.
live here.
Oh, you got.
We do have
Like
a
the-
question from
Yeah,
Nordstrom. I'm not sure
Yeah,
I
you
understand the question, but I'm going to ask it. Could this be considered a Midwest chapter with leather vest and patches? Anyone get that?
Hell yeah.
You're laughing. I don't understand it.
I mean, maybe.
You have to be life vest with patches.
Patches.
Patches would be interesting. I've never really thought about that.
What are
That'd
we
be
talking
kinda
about?
good. Can you
I'm
imagine
lost.
if the community got so big and there's a patch
Yeah.
and you're a part of it?
Oh, okay. I see.
Like, what would the patch be for? Like, would there be like a patch for catching like a 50-pound catfish or something?
Definitely.
Right?
Definitely.
I go to the
Yeah.
bath. I'll be right back.
I mean, I'd probably say 40. The 40-pound patch. Any fish over 40 pounds, you get your first patch. You know
Or
what
if
I
it's
mean?
like a 20-pound grunt.
Or like a
40
10,
pound
or like a 10-pound bass or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Doesn't exist.
yeah, totally.
Yeah, I mean, we
Or
could have a bunch of patches,
a
you know?
36-inch walleye.
That'd be nice.
Dude, I'll do the artwork for the fish.
Look at the clouds off the lake.
3 muskies over 40.
3 muskies over 40.
Wow.
That's probably the easiest one of the ones we've mentioned so far.
And
Look
More
at-
muskies over 40?
have
I
the
mean,
bonus
the
pack.
first 4 muskies you catch, there's probably 50-50 chance they'll all be over 40 inches.
Have a
so-
bonus patch of a mud puppy.
I've
That's
gotten
an
a couple
impressive
of those.
catch. I saw your mud
That sounds
puppy
weird.
video. That was wild.
No, we
I've
haven't.
definitely gotten a couple of mud puppies.
Those are cool. Somebody
They
told
are.
me they're great musky bait.
Staying at a good speed.
No, you know, I've had plenty of pike bite on dead bait, so I'm guessing muskies would as well.
Yeah. I know that in Sauk, somebody
Oh, no.
told me that there's muskie down there that eat night crawlers.
I've
Yeah.
never caught a pike on a night crawl.
Sounds
Well, no, that's
far-fetched.
not true.
Yeah, I've caught a pike on a crawler before.
I mean, I caught pike on corn now, so pike are not difficult.
Pike are like probably the most aggressive fish like I fish for. They'll bite just about anything.
Oh,
I've always said you could put some hooks on a boot and catch a pike.
Most
I
likely.
saw a guy use a Lego of Chewbacca
Especially if
once
the
with a
boot was
hook.
like moving, for sure.
I saw a guy with a Chewbacca with Lego, and he put a hook on it. He's a kayaker guy, and he had an underwater camera too, and he was showing the Chewbacca like bouncing on a sunfish bed, and you see the fish grab it. He's pulling them in, and it's so funny because he was making like subliminal Chewbacca sounds and stuff. The video was great. I laughed so hard at that.
Northdrum says 1,000 hours of fishing straight patch. Has anyone ever fished for 1,000 hours straight?
Nah, I need to eat.
You couldn't do that. You'd die.
Yeah, you gotta sleep, right? But okay, hear me out.
You gotta
If
fry
you're
up.
sleeping with the bells on the poles and you're sleeping on the river, you know what I mean? Does that
Yeah.
count, right?
Brian and Jess, yeah, that's the guy. ND Yak Angler is his
Yes.
channel. This guy, I follow him, man. That
That guy's awesome.
I love it.
You know-
It's like watching Bob Ross of fishing,
Yep.
I'm gonna check him out.
you know. And that guy catches. I mean, his content is amazing.
He
And
catches big
he's a
fish.
big boy. He's a big boy. He's got a big channel.
Got a bunch of bait here from DNS. I mean, like they give me the dead shiners. Great.
Nice.
DNS, it sounds like a perfect spot for an unpaid promotion. Please tell us more.
Exactly. No.
That's
I actually have kind of a deal with the owner where like I get free bait in exchange. I just mention where I get the bait every video.
Yeah,
Where-
that's cool.
Got your bait from?
Yeah,
That's
I got it.
Get
From
your
DNS.
bait from.
I got my bait from DNS.
There it is. DNS
Is he
Where's
that
that
bait
at?
shop
Madison,
that's in
Wisconsin?
Monona?
Holders?
on the north side, up by Maple Bluff.
Yeah, DNS is by Maple Bluff. Like I'm north side of Madison.
Oh, it's on the north side. Okay.
They do good fishing reports too for the Madison area
Yeah,
too.
and,
Yeah, I
Sure do.
watched that. You guys watch his
Check
fishing
them out on Facebook.
forecast?
Right?
That's a good
I think it's
question.
heard more.
Which with live bait or artificial bait?
But yeah, I turned it off and stuff. It's like
Or with our local bait stores, huh?
you holler too and all
Yeah, you
that.
plug your local bait stores. Go ahead.
Right?
We do need to support our local bait shops.
100%.
Yeah, I agree. What's up,
They are
Mickey?
worth spending an extra $1 on whatever you could get at Walmart. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Because these chain stores aren't going to carry live bait. We got to keep these guys afloat. And your local bait shop is going to give you tips. Where, what's biting, when. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Support your local bait shops. Everyone shout out your local bait shop.
And they'll give you a little extra.
I just like letting people know where they're at too.
Yeah.
Like I got that little known
I like
as
I like DNS's channel.
Harley's Bait and Liquor over on my side of town.
But two now.
For years,
Bait
get
and
to
liquor.
go.
It's
Nice.
Get and Go or
Schleif's Bait Shop
yeah,
in
Schleif's
Lake
Bait Shop.
Dalton.
And also River's Edge.
River's
Yeah.
Edge.
Edge.
So I go to a place in Janesville, Wisconsin called Lured In Outdoors. Amazing bait shop. It's almost like an antique store / thrift shop / bait shop because he's
Really?
got like all sorts of tackle I don't even know where he gets it all, but he's got tackle that's like hundreds of years old in there, right?
Lured
And
in.
he's got like these 55-gallon drums of like rods and reels that you can get for like $1. You know what I mean?
Oh
So
man.
you can just go in there and load up on some stuff and put together a Frankenrod for a couple dollars.
Frankenrod.
That's how I like to roll because I break my stuff, you know?
That Stansford does not survive.
So somebody asked if we could only fish with live bait or artificial bait. If we had to, which one would you choose?
Ooh, good question, Silly Salmon. Who wants to tackle that first? I'll run it to Chaos. Go. Live bait or artificial bait? You only choose one.
Artificial.
Artificial.
That's just what I'm used. That's what I'm used to, and what what I've caught the most fish on. So
Adam?
I'll go live bait.
Live bait.
Live bait.
Why?
I'm a big lure guy. I like my lures, but if I had to just choose one if nothing else, I know I'm going to catch on live bait.
All right. Shannon and Mrs. Swift. Shannon and Dusty.
Artificial bait for me.
Shannon? Dusty?
Artificial bait.
You guys would both prefer artificial.
Yeah.
So we got 2 for artificial. We got 1 for live. I'm a live vote because I pretty much always use live bait. The only artificial bait I use is stuff I find on the shore and just use for hoops and giggles. Bob, are you there? You got to do the tiebreaker. Can you hear us, Bob?
we already know his answer. DNS all the way.
Right.
I use live bait. I use live bait more actually. Obviously, if you're fishing for catfish a lot of the time or sturgeon, you're gonna use live bait. But I don't mind I like using curly tail grubs as well.
Yeah.
Right on. There you have it.
Oh, because like flatheads, like if you run out of live bait and you're kind of like near like a spillway, like just keep throwing the blade baits or the grubs like into the waterfall. A lot of times you'll eventually get one.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that. I've
They will
never heard of anyone catching a flathead on a curly tail grub, but I believe it.
They will definitely bite artificial.
What size?
A big one.
Like the big white one with the curly tail? What kind of jig head?
If you actually watch like some of the other like catfishing channels, like they'll throw like blade bait, like they'll throw blade baits and like square bills, and a lot of times flatheads will bite those.
Oh wow.
What type of hook?
Not like it's just whatever comes on the artificial bait.
Wait, is there a color on the head?
No, I think like the guy that I watch, he usually uses like red ones, but I don't think it matters.
Yeah.
Right. Just as long as they see something moving around near their face.
Catfish don't have good vision anyways. I think they just detect the motion with their whiskers, and they just snap with it.
Yeah. So probably just a white head with white grub tail.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like if you stick, like you know how noodling works, right? You just kind of like stick your hand next to a catfish and they bite it. So.
Yeah.
But correct me if I'm wrong. Doesn't noodling only work when they're in spawn, when they're guarding the nest?
I think so, but like I think like flatheads, during the day they're all in those logs anyways.
Right.
And like if you just stick your hand in there, I think they'll bite.
Probably. That makes sense.
Man, I'd be too scared to do that.
I mean,
Yeah,
I wouldn't do that
I'd be
just because
scared
they're
it's a
snapping
snapping
turtles,
turtle,
but
not
like,
a catfish.
yeah.
It's just a weird feeling, especially if it's like a 60-pound flathead biting going all the way up to your bicep.
I think what a rush.
You're right.
Dude, don't get me wrong. There's going to be that bump of fear, but like,
Oh man.
okay, show me.
I couldn't do it. I'd freak out. I'd scream like a little girl. Like it'd be super high pitched.
Oh,
Say that.
I'd be afraid I'd pull my hand back and it'd look like that guy from Scream 3 or whatever, or Scary Movie 3 with the, based in the turkey guy.
What's up, Dougie Doug?
use you would.
Beard. If we've got any other Midwest fishermen that want to come up and join the panel, I might be able to add you if anyone's interested in that.
See how sunburned I am.
I want to see the two guys on the panel catch fish
Look at
here.
how red I am in the camera.
Right?
Yeah, I know.
Pat
That's
did,
fun.
but Pat did earlier, but I didn't want to cut off Mr. and Mrs. Swift when they were introducing themselves.
Is that what you were in the distance?
Yeah, that's when the camera. Yeah, that's
I was
if
trying
you
to
noticed that.
Oh well, shoot! You could have interrupted us.
Yeah. You
No,
can-
it's all right.
No, it's not all right. If you got a fish, you show us the fish,
Well,
man.
I pointed the camera towards him, but
Oh, all right.
it's probably hard to see with the.
fish on.
Yep, I did have one when we were trolling. I had a bass on, but I lost him. I cut the motor and then he hopped off.
Oh,
What's up,
man.
Bass Fishing 336?
Yeah, I think my chat is like super behind.
I got like the stream on my phone in front of us, and then I got the stream actually playing on the TV behind it on
And I
my
have
big
it on
TV.
my phone.
So it's like it's delayed like 3 seconds on the TV part, but it's kind of I can see the chat better.
I have it on my phone so I could read the chat better.
Nice.
I was just goofing around, seeing the notification that it was live. You got went for it?
There you go. All right, so
18
we all pretty much
watching.
agreed bass is probably the best fish to target in July. How about a secondary fish? We want to go around the table and talk next up. If you can't fish bass, what else should you fish in July? You want to get us started, Chaos Goat?
Oh, I don't. I don't know. I don't really fish for other fish other than pike and bass. So I'd have to go with pike because when I'm using spinner baits, you're just basically targeting the same thing.
Right on. All right, Adam, you want to follow up?
I did do the bass while I was number 2.
Right.
Um,
How would you target walleye in July?
I would just go deeper. I'd tap on the bottom.
Yeah.
Slip knot
Up
or
and,
slip bobber.
and then tap the bottom. If I was in a boat, I'd go up and drift and then tap the bottom.
Slip bobber too.
What if you didn't have a boat?
If I didn't have a boat going for walleye, I'd be going at night, and I'd be going to the dams and fishing at the bottoms of dams. All right, trying to get into some definitely some deeper water.
Yeah.
Right, you want to find that thermocline, that area where the warm water, that cool water, they're going to be in there, or they're going to be at the bottom, wherever that. If there's no thermocline, that's what I'll tap in the bottom. Tap in the bottom.
Why?
Shannon, what would be your secondary target in July after bass?
To be honest with you, I like going to like lakes and target perch and sunfish, bluegills.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, because they go through a period as well, and we go to this place called White Mountain Park. It's in Sauk, and there's some big pumpkin seeds in there, like hand size. I mean, really nice panfish. You know, on the river, I mean, it's really just. I keep wanting to say Apeldoninus grunion. I know the Latin name so well that I don't even say the regular name. Freshwater drum.
Okay.
You know, they're biting a lot in the river right now.
Yeah, for sure.
But no, I like pan fishing in July.
I do too. It's
Perch, perch in lakes and ponds start biting, and
it's
bluegills they go crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen them on their beds right now, so they're kind of in spawn, right? But they actually get more. They're easier to catch in spawn. Unlike
what's even cooler is using a small popper on a
Wait, hang
fly
on, I got a
rod.
fish.
Oh, fish on!
Fish
All right,
on.
we
I
got
wish I
fish.
knew how to enlarge his screen.
Yeah, bigger.
Turn it sideways so it goes horizontal.
Fish on.
Uh,
I got a fish, folks. Talking to the guys on stream.
All right, well that's cool.
Oh, it's not off. Good, it's on.
Chaos, it's time
fish
to
on! Here we go.
Got off.
Oh man.
fishing. Fishing.
Yeah. But anyways, to finish the conversation,
Yeah,
a small popper and a fly rod
Okay.
is fun. If you know how to fly rod fish, use a small popper, red, white, and blue color. That's our grandpa's secret that we have in our family. The thing slays them. They just boom, 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 boom,
Oh
boom.
yeah.
Shannon, I did not know that about you.
What?
Or excuse me, I didn't know that about you. Oh, you were into flies?
Yeah, I fly rod. I know how to tie flies.
He has his own
I
set.
have my own set, everything. I just don't do it on camera.
Yeah.
I should. I should make a secondary channel.
There you go. I mean, you can still just do it from your channel. It's just more content for you. It's fishing
Build it up.
related.
I was actually thinking about creating a long form educational video on what barometric pressure is and how it affects fish.
Do it. Easy content.
All right, next question. What's barometric pressure and how does it affect fish?
I'll answer that. You want me to answer that?
Yes.
All right. So high pressure systems, it's like you get more headaches. So if we have a high pressure system, it's pressure. It's the earth contracting, the oxygen levels and stuff. And that also affects the water. So it pushes the fish on the bottom. So they always say on a high pressure day, fish bottom. But on a low pressure system, like when a storm's coming and the pressure drops down rapid, what it does is it affects the bladders of the fish. So they go up more towards the surface. And that's where you can topwater fish. So there's a system. I use millibars when I look at barometric pressure. So if you look at a millibar version, like what's the barometric pressure today in millibars? Between 1012 and 1017 millibars, I've learned, is the best time to go fishing.
Okay.
They will be biting.
And is that across the board for every species, or is there just certain species that are more affected, certain ones that are less affected?
In my experience, all freshwater fish are affected by this.
Okay.
As well, humans. A high pressure system, you can get headaches
Yeah.
easier. But a low pressure are days that you feel good. Like, you ever notice before a storm comes, you feel like spring
Amazing.
in your body?
Yeah.
That's why. It's all that pressure being lifted from the atmosphere. Knowledge is power.
Absolutely. Love some good old-fashioned knowledge.
Today was a 10-15 millibar day, and I caught 14 bass.
There's an interesting debate for you guys to weigh in on. Is it called a fishing pole or a fishing rod?
Yeah,
I
I
think
use
pole
both.
comes from cane
I use
pole,
most.
a fishing pole. Fishing pole is more old school.
I call it a stick. I call it a rig, rod.
Stick or a rig?
Fishing rod. Maybe somebody got hit by lightning once and he goes, I'm going to call it a fishing rod. Man,
I don't know.
I can't believe it.
I don't Oh, I'd have to go look at footage.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I bet you I alternate. It probably just depends,
Yeah, I think I do the same.
right? I'd be curious to know why, how, and when I call it which, If there is even a reason to it, or is it just completely random?
Yeah, bass fishing 336. Yeah, exactly. If you're on an airplane, the elevation and pressure.
Yep. I've been on a plane, I know.
Yeah, when I learned that, I was pretty blown away. I was like, really? So I tried it out, and it was true. I mean, occasionally, if it's really low, I have caught a fish, and I have caught a fish when it's really high. But you really have to work for those fish.
Yes, you do. You got to work hard for them.
But man, when that barometric is at perfect level, it's like everything's on fire.
Right.
And then you got, water temperature is a factor. You got spawning season, post spawning season. Is it delayed? Is it accelerated? Like crappie this year, I noticed there wasn't very much of a crappie spawn where I go. I mean, last year I was catching 50 in an hour, and they were
Yeah.
12 inches. And this year, I didn't catch a single crappie at all. And I even wrote down the dates. I went out there the same date from last year when I caught those. Nothing.
I don't think the human calendar is lined up with Mother Nature's actual timeline. You know what I
I
mean?
know.
So
Yeah,
like
but
when
I
you
mean,
try
it's
to calculate something like on this date last year, I
Yeah.
caught fish here. Well, this year it's not the same date. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
trying to create a South Wisconsin family fishing almanac.
What's up, Adam?
Take this one, guys. When those
Yeah,
cottonwoods,
we gotta get pretty close.
when the cottonwoods go, all those
No,
start popping.
but
That's
you're on that side.
Sorry, go ahead, Adam. Start over.
Are we breaking up? Is it me?
You were silent for a second.
Dang.
No, I think there was just multiple people talking at once. Is all. Let's clear the full floor. Adam, you have the floor.
Woods fly. That's crappie time. You know that floaty crap that gets stuck in your reel when you reel it in all the time?
Yeah.
That's time.
Really?
Oh,
That's it. That's
never
mother.
knew that.
Hey, crappies, it's your turn.
Nice. I did not know that. That's cool.
Yeah.
I
I'm
hate
gonna
that.
I'm gonna try that out. I love crappie fishing. Crappie fishing is one of my favorite things to do too.
You know, I've not caught a lot of crappie in my life.
Me either.
Yeah, I don't know much about it at all.
Yeah, there's a
You
black
guys
crappie
wanted
and
to
there's a
break it
white
down.
crappie.
Tell us more.
I caught 38 crappie in one day.
Oh my God, I haven't caught 38 crappie in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
don't think I have either.
there's a black crappie and then there's a white crappie. I mean, for us around this area, we're mostly going to catch black crappie, but in the river, there's white crappie. I caught my first white crappie last year, and I was like looking at it like, why does this look different? And then I looked at it closer, and I'm like, oh my God, this is a white crappie. It's 15 inches. I was like, oh my God, you're a porker.
That's awesome.
I want to catch white bass.
Yeah.
Because I really like white bass. I really like the taste of white bass a lot.
They
Baked
taste the
with
same
lemon.
as
Oh, butter.
Go ahead, Bob.
they taste the same as yellow bass, white bass,
Yeah,
except they're a little bigger. If
Yeah.
you ever go to Crystal Lake, that lake is like 90% yellow bass.
Oh, really?
Was that also where Jason Voorhees died?
Good.
No, like Crystal Lake in like Dane County, like
Yeah.
it's like 90% yellow bass.
Really?
What is a yellow bass? I don't even know the distinction. What
Yeah.
is the?
It's an
What is it?
It's a
invasive
white bass.
species for here.
It's essentially a white bass that's yellow.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
okay.
stripes are a little bit, I think they're
But
more.
it is a different species. It's not just a subset of the same species.
It's
No,
a
it's a different
different
species.
species. The fin
Okay.
at the top, I think the white bass is connected to the other fin on the top, and a yellow bass, there's a space. That's a
Okay.
good way to tell the
There's
difference.
rainbow bass.
Rainbow bass. Well, there's a peacock bass. That's in Florida. I've
That's
never
in
caught
Florida,
one.
yeah.
I lived in Florida 15 years and I didn't even freshwater fish once. I only saltwater fished.
I mean, Florida's like probably the best fishing state there is because you have both like fresh and salt.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
There's some big bass down there, but I caught a lot of like gaff topsail catfish, they're called, or hardhead catfish, they're called.
Oh yeah,
It's-
those
They're like the same as regular catfish. They're just their bodies are a little bit harder though,
yeah.
because of the salt water. But yeah, I'm like, damn, the ocean's got catfish.
They're not very big though. They are not
No.
very big.
No, they don't get real big. Best fish that I always like to fish down there though is they're called ladyfish.
Oh yeah, I've seen those.
They're like darts. These things, like, man, they don't even have to be that big, and they pull your line like.
When the lake looks
My
like a
God.
ball.
And the freshwater drum we have down there, they have black drum, and they
Oh,
have
yeah,
what's
yeah.
called a redfish. A
Yeah, that's the
redfish is
red drum.
actually a red drum.
Yeah.
Um, they're fun to catch too. And then there's whiting. Whiting are like a subspecies of a drum. They have a little thing on the bottom, but you use sand fleas for those. You put your hands in the sand, and when you pull up, there's these like bug, like crab looking things, and you just hook them and throw it out there with a drop weight, and
Hey, McKenzie, you got to bring a picture.
it's more aggressive.
What was the name of that fish?
Which one? Oh, the
I'll get it in just a second. here.
whiting.
Oh,
WHITING. Oh, sand fleas. You're looking up sand flea?
Hold on. I gotta
Like, look up Florida sand fleas. I mean, they don't bite or anything, but they're like really weird looking. They're like giant fleas.
There's a what?
This is what I'm looking up is Florida sand fleas.
Oh, there's a special
Yeah.
one.
The wave comes in and then starts going.
And the sheepshead, we call freshwater drum sheepshead up here too, but down there, there's an actual fish called a sheepshead. And these things got
You
human
guys want to see
teeth.
this? All right, here we
yeah,
go.
that thing's got gnarly teeth. The sheep's head.
Oh my God, isn't that freaky? Have you seen a sheep's head, right, Bob?
Yeah, yeah. They have like human teeth.
Yeah, their mouths are like human teeth, like a human mouth, you know, and it's like,
What you talking about with the human looking teeth?
yeah, look up a
Yeah,
sheep's
This is
mouth.
I had
Look
no
up
this is
idea.
Florida
Florida
sheep's
sand flea right
mouth.
here.
Yeah, that's the same.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's the same.
Love that.
Gross.
And then
Yeah.
what else did you want to see?
Look up Florida sheep's head mouth.
Oh, guys, if man, Jefferson's pretty full today.
Yeah.
Oh,
Look at
that
this
is
thing.
gnarly. That is
Look at
gnarly.
these. Look at these teeth these things have.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
that?
they're like human teeth,
talking
man.
about
I'm
the
not.
sheep's
I've
head.
caught so many of those fish.
With the
They
teeth.
That is
fight like you won't
creepy.
believe.
Yeah.
And flounder too.
Wow.
They have flounder down there.
Wow.
Yeah, isn't that nuts?
It is.
I've seen worse ones, man. Look around. Look for different variations, man.
All right,
You're gonna
all right.
laugh.
That's what you want, man.
You're gonna
Do
laugh.
it.
Like,
Bring it. Then we'll go to musky mouth. Let's take a good look at some musky mouth pictures.
All right.
That thing looks like it could chew walnuts.
Dude, like I think the scariest freshwater fish I've seen's got to be like the Goliath tigerfish.
Oh yeah.
All right, bring it. Fishy, are you running the
I am.
doing great, bro. Oh, look
Thanks.
at-
There's a
Yeah,
musky mouth for you. There you
Yeah,
go.
those things, man. If those things bite you, you're done.
yeah.
yeah.
Oh my god.
All right. So, what was the other one we wanted to see? The Goliath something or other?
The
Goliath
Goliath
tigerfish.
tigerfish. The Goliath, it's like a tigerfish but bigger.
Yeah.
Look at that one muskie. There's a guy in that guy's mouth.
Oh yeah. Oh,
That's in Hayward.
that's there's one with Jeremy Wade there.
That's in Hayward. I've been in that musky mouth.
That
Oh
is-
yeah, those things
Oh,
are
yeah.
Not in Hayward.
Dude,
I
if I ever
guarantee you.
caught one of those, I'd mount that thing in a second.
All right, you got to make that YouTube money. We're going, fellas. We're gonna go catch.
Yeah, those
Let's
things
do
are
it.
Yeah,
just
we might want to pack a couple of extra guns because like the situation down there isn't exactly stable.
yeah.
In the Congo.
Isn't that crazy? The mouth on those things.
Super chat. Super. Oh man.
Look at that. He's friendly. I'm sure he just wants a good belly rub and a cuddle.
Oh my god.
So like, so rumor is like those things like to bite like shiny things. So there's this like 12-year-old girl. If you've seen the episode, like there's this like 12-year-old girl with like little bells on her waist,
Oh.
like in short shallow water, and that thing just like wasted her in like 5 seconds.
Jesus. And then another thing that we catch in Florida that is real common, if you want to look up, it's called a shovel nose shark.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna go get more. I'm gonna get the wire for this phone, phone battery.
Chaos Goat, how you doing? How you doing,
Doing
Chaos?
well. We're just trolling around the lake right now.
You see any other fishermen out there? Oh, you said it was a private pond.
It's a private lake. It's about a 30-acre lake or so, but it's a deep hole. It's like 80 to 90 feet deep.
Oh, that's a shovel nose ray. That's
Oh,
weird.
okay.
Or bonnet head. Type in bonnet head. That's
You-
the actual name of it.
like you got.
Yeah, they're called bonnet head sharks. They're all over the beach, and like when you catch them, man, these things they're real
I think
sharks.
Brian just caught one of those actually.
Yeah, it's called a bonnet head.
He recently took a trip to Florida and yeah, it kind of looks like a hammerhead actually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but like a spade shovel.
Good picture here.
Is the fishing show? Is the fishing?
Good picture
Yeah,
right there.
those things.
What?
They don't get that big. I mean, if you catch one that's like 3 foot, that's considered pretty big. Yeah, those things are solid muscles.
Yeah, that looks awesome.
I caught a lot of those. And then there's another fish. It's a sports fish in Florida. Everybody targets. It's called a snook. SNOOK. Those things are like hybrid pike bass, but for saltwater.
I'm frozen up here for some reason. My screen is frozen. Uh-oh. What do I do?
Oh no. Can you turn
It's
it
good on
Ancient
the
art-
bed.
Right now.
No, it doesn't. I know, it's like a mirror. Bob Ross painting out here.
Flat water, it sounds like, huh?
Oh yeah, it's a perfect night out here.
Emmykins, come help me. The computer's all frozen up. I don't know what's going on here.
We can see you though. We can hear you and see you.
You can hear me and see me.
Yep.
What about everyone else? So the stream's running okay. I don't know what's going on. Oh my god, this is not good. Let's see here.
Have you guys ever fished in Michigan? Anybody?
I haven't.
Like on the Milwaukee Harbor and fish in Milwaukee Harbor.
What's up, the source?
We should go do that. And you still use those white heads and those white twister tails out there and just zing them.
Yeah.
Live.
You know what I like? I like September, like late August, September lakes with leeches and catching smallies, like on Lake Tomahawk and Minocqua up there, man. I'm telling you, we should do like a guys retreat and go up there for a weekend to Minocqua and just walleye, bass fish, catfish. I mean, it's so serene.
They got good cell service in Minocqua.
I don't know. It's like 4 hours north. I used to go with my best friend Ryan every year, and man, I tell you, we would just get so drunk at the bar, and then he'd wake us. This guy would go to sleep at 3 a.m, blacked out, wake up at 5:30, wake me up. I'm hungover as hell, still drunk, and he's like, "Come on, let's get the boat in the water." I'm just like, "You are hardcore, dude." And then we'd fish all day, and we'd like drink beers and smoke cigarettes and other things, and then we'd come back and go back to the bar.
Retired Beard has a question. It says, what would be the best bait to not target channel catfish? I have plenty of people.
Oh, wow. That's a good question.
I don't know if we'll see weeds.
I don't know. That's what I'm just curious.
Gamble, huh? Because I'm already the host. And
Hey, Bob, I just want to say it's awesome to be in this chat with you.
Thanks, man. Awesome to be with you too, man. I'm just hooking up my basically my phone battery, so I got more than like 15 minutes on the stream.
I mean, I've left comments, but I've never ever talked to you. I've never had a chance to meet you or anything, so this is pretty cool, man.
Awesome.
I want to know more about that island.
Oh, it's do you know where the railroad bridge in Sauk City is?
Yeah.
So it's on the other side, but it's close to the other side. Like some people like just park their boats there.
Me right now.
And there's it gets really deep there really fast. So and there's a lot of fish there. So like last time me and a buddy went, me and Richard went, we caught he got one flathead, I got like 3 channels, and there we hooked up on a bunch of gar, but we weren't able to pull them in.
Cool.
Wow. So you think like going out there and having like a fire and tents and stuff, and
like shut the computer and open it.
Yeah, I don't think there's a no camping sign on there unless they've changed it from 2 years ago. So, but you got to wait till the water goes down a bit.
Yeah, on the river, but I'm all about it. That Sauk City would be an easy in, easy out too.
I agree.
Yeah,
same for here.
Or to just easy out too.
There's a boat launch about I would say a mile up the river, or like half a mile up the river.
VFW?
No. It's way downstream from there. It's like, it's where 12 comes into Sauk City. That the boat launch is like right there, at the bridge, at the Highway 12, at the Highway 12 bridge, and the island's like slightly downstream.
Okay.
Yeah, like the railroad bridge itself, like the old railroad bridge, it's like taken out now. I think they're reconstructing it sort of, but like it's taken out now. But like the water there is like pretty deep on lower Wisconsin.
Man, that'd be cool. That'd be cool as I was go out there, fish all day, catch fish, fillet it, eat it.
Oh God, I know.
Have a fire when it starts getting dark. Night fish. Shoot the crap around the fire. Pass out.
I'm gonna test something here because I'm having some technical difficulties on my end. If I lose you guys, we'll come right back.
All right. Well,
I don't know what's gonna happen, but we're gonna test something. So just everyone brace yourselves. Here we go.
You know, I've never actually fished on this side of Jefferson.
Really?
Yeah, like I've always fished on like the other shore. I've never fished on this side with the docks.
Purely chill.
I think it worked. I think we're all good. We're all safe.
Yeah.
Right?
Emmykins to the rescue.
Yes.
Hey, shenanigans.
What
Yeah, I
do you
think they're having
know?
a campfire where they're playing the bagpipes.
What do you know, eh?
Did I hear a bagpipe? Did you say bagpipe?
Yeah, we were out on the lake here, and we
Bag-
were cruising by this house, and some guy just started. He broke out the bagpipes and just started playing. When I was I was live streaming too, and then just started hearing bagpipes, and I'm like, that is super cool.
Super cool.
Felt like we were in Braveheart or something.
Yeah, no doubt. You're
My mom's favorite.
you're catching today's catch. Barbarian. Yeah, it's like you're on the Scottish moors.
Yep, exactly.
Or make it badass. He was out there playing corn.
No.
He was wearing a kilt.
I was trying to net one of the carp that was just like on the surface, but I didn't get him
I love your spirit.
because there's so many of them like right along the dock. I'm just like I think I can get one, but I'm not fast enough.
Oh,
I mean, if you had a musky lure, you could probably snag one.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I can see them like at the top.
boys, I got my bow right over here.
Yeah, carp should be biting like crazy. So, night crawlers.
The weird thing is they're not biting. They're just like trying to breathe on the top of the water.
I know.
Yeah, 'cause it's
they,
so
they were
hot.
like that where I was at today too.
Yeah.
I saw him swimming though. I was like, wow, that's a pretty big carp.
Good one, huh?
There we go. Adam's got you. He's ready. You wanna get him?
Oh yeah. I've never done that kind of fishing.
Spearfishing,
Wait.
yeah.
Keep that thing, and then it's got a reel on there, and it pulls your line in.
Oh my god, that would be fun.
Oh,
Oh, bow fishing. Yeah.
I've
Yeah,
never
but-
bow fished.
You right now out there.
But I gotta say, like, if you're a bow fisherman and you like kill a carp, please take it with you because at Watertown they just left those things like all over the shore.
Oh. Yeah, unacceptable. I'm not that guy.
Yeah.
yeah.
Man, like last time, like I was there, I was like, it smelled so bad. I'm like, come on, guys.
Yeah, my friend, he's in the chat right now, Fishing Fin Addicts. He was live earlier today, and he was getting bites like crazy, and they kept bending his hook. And actually, at one point, one of them stole his fishing pole. He ended up getting it back by like snagging it with his other pole.
All right, I got a question for everybody.
It's
Yeah.
8:26.
All right, what is your funniest moment when you caught a fish that you like either did something where it got off or it was just like one of those duh moments or whatever?
So I remember when I was really young, the first I don't actually know if it was a northern or a muskie, but I had reeled it in and got it all the way to the dock, and I was like, I think like 9 years old maybe.
Yeah.
It was my first one, and like I got it right up to the dock, and the moment I saw it in the water, I was just in such shock that I wanted to get it on the dock immediately. So I yanked it as hard as I could to try and flip it onto the dock, and of course the line snapped. And I was like, no, like why did I do that? You know?
Oh yeah.
I just handled it like it was a normal fish, and I would have actually caught it, but I panicked, you know.
Yeah. So I was fishing walleye one time, and I hooked onto like a 12-inch walleye, and I was on the sandbar by River's Edge, and I was reeling it in,
Oh my god.
and I got it about 3 feet away from the shore, and I saw the fish, and I was like, oh, it's a small walleye, and then out of the shadows comes this gigantic muskie, and I knew it was a muskie because the water was clear enough I could see the verticals. And I went, and he took a swipe at that walleye, and I freaked out and yanked it before he could bite it because I was like, because it just came out of nowhere, and then it just darted away. And I mean, I was just like, Jesus Christ, that had to have been like a 40-inch muskie, you know. But I just always wonder, like, if I wouldn't have jerked like that, if I would have caught that fish.
He
Mine
probably
are
just would have
actually
taken a chunk out of that walleye and moved on with his life.
Yeah.
me. I was sitting there fishing with black spinner and it had the orange spoon.
Oh yeah, listen to this story.
And I cast it out and I actually caught a bowfin. So I'm like reeling it in and this thing's pulling line next to it. My line just, or my pole just snaps in half. I was like, oh my God, I didn't realize, you know, I had it close enough. And then next thing I seen it, you know, swimming and everything. I was like screwed. So I started using my other pole and next thing I see this line next to me just
Mind
moving.
you, like 20 minutes later.
20 minutes later, I see my line moving like this next to me, and I'm like, what the heck? I grab the line and I start just going like this. And I was like, he's on the other side from me. And I'm like, hey guys, I'm like, check this out.
She hand pulled it
I
in.
hand pulled it in. And
Wow.
this thing was like my
It was a 30-inch,
Yeah.
or it was maybe not. It was like maybe 28 to 30-inch bowfin. It was a
Yeah.
big bowfin.
It's a nice bowfin. Yeah.
And
That's
I was
good.
across the way. I was at Bob. You've been there, Duck Creek.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a
So
good
that's
place.
where
That's a
that
great
was
place.
Over
at.
by
man.
Lake Columbia.
Yeah, that Duck
Yeah.
Creek area, and I was on the other side. And I was watching this, and I just started laughing. I'm like, I can't believe you got that.
Yeah.
And she got the spinner back.
Yeah. And I got my spinner back.
That's awesome.
Yeah. That was crazy. That was my first bowfin ever, too.
Wow.
Duck Creek has so many of those.
They
Yeah,
do.
Yeah.
I haven't been there this year yet.
No,
I
because like
tried to go there.
No, we
that,
And
that
I
one
believe
time,
it's
like
all
that one time after you guys left, I went like to that place where you were. I caught like 4 bowfin and like 5 catfish afterwards.
Oh
wow.
wow!
Like after, like in the dark.
When it got
like-
dark out.
Yeah, after it got dark out, because I think I saw you guys on the other side like 2 years ago there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like you guys left around like dusk, and I was like, I'm just gonna go over there because it looks like a better place, and I caught like a ton of them.
Nice.
I'll have to
Yeah, because
keep
we
it-
were watching one of your videos and we ended up seeing our bait things on the ground. We're like, crap, we forgot.
I was like, shit, I forgot to pick that up.
That's fine, dude. Like when I was fishing at that railroad bridge, like some dude left like a barbecue pit there,
Oh, wow.
like an actual barbecue. I was like, I don't want it, and it's too heavy for me to move, so I'm just gonna leave it there. But
There's a spot back there, like if you go further down, there's a road to your right, and then there's like a metal fence, and it's like the old Highway 33.
oh yeah, I've seen that.
And you walk back there, and there's a bridge, and that's another part of Duck Creek you can fish, and that's where I caught my first bowfin. And a funny story: when I was a kid, my dad told me that that power plant has mutant fish in it because it's a power plant in the water. So when I caught this bowfin, I'm like, I'm with my kid. He's 31 years old, and I'm looking at that, and I pull it on the shore after it fought. Those things fight. And I looked at it and I'm like, this isn't a catfish. And I'm like, what the hell? I didn't even know what a bowfin was. I was afraid to
Right.
touch it because of my dad's old stories when I was a kid. I thought it was a mutant fish. I'm like, oh my God, my dad was right. I'm 52 years old going, reverting back to a 12-year-old boy going, I don't want to touch that because it might be a mutant fish. And then remembering, Faces of Death when that swimmer got nailed by that leech made me think of that too. And I'm like, I don't want to touch this thing. And then I finally, when I got home, I looked it up and I learned what it was. And I'm like, oh. But my kid's like, no, it's a catfish. I'm like, Tyler, it doesn't have any feelers. And I said, and the scales are different. Look at the back. I said, I don't know what this is.
Bowfin are an amazing fish. Just visually, aesthetically, just if you catch one, like especially if you're not aware of them the first time you catch one, it's
Yeah.
a mind blowing fish to catch. You're like, what is this thing? Because it has like the head of a brontosaurus or something. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
well, the bowfin is the last of its species genre, or GENRE. It's the last one of its kind. Like, there's, like bass, you have different species of bass. A bowfin, it's the only one left of its
What about-
species, and it
What about
survived.
burbot?
It
Aren't
survived
burbot
from the
basically a
Jurassic
bowfin?
period. What's that?
Aren't burbot basically a bowfin?
Kinda, yeah. A little bit
They're
different.
a different genre altogether. Like I don't know what exactly. I think like burbots are. I don't know if they consider them flatfish or whatever, but they taste good. I know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But a bowfin is a Jurassic fish, like the sturgeon that survived.
Right.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, it does.
Can I have a chance here?
Yes, absolutely.
Just
Yeah.
say shut up, Shannon.
Yeah, right?
Give the beard, or give the beard.
Okay.
Give the floor to Adam.
One of my
Wow.
biggest oof does. I once was fishing. And I hooked into a muskie, and it came across the front of the boat. And my fishing line got caught in like a little metal piece where it covers, right? And I fought that corner of the boat for a good 3-4 minutes before I realized, oh, I don't have that fish on anymore. So I like boat. The other thing that comes to mind was a bow fishing experience where we were fishing off a bridge, and I ended up dropping my rod
Oh man.
over into the bridge into the water, and I mean it was only like 4 feet deep or whatever, and it was clear, and I like went out into the middle of the road and like walked around in circles. I didn't know what to do. I was laughing at me, and I went with like 4 other guys. And they ended up just dropping that arrow down and grabbing some line and pulling it out. Everybody got a good laugh out of it. Bowfin, I caught one in Oconomowoc. I got a long form video about that, and I had the same experience as you did, not knowing what it was, an alien species, and that whole reaction is on a video on the channel. And then, what else?
Right. I mean, you're like, what the heck is this?
Right, burbot. My first burbot I caught in Devil's Lake, right in your hometown there.
Oh, I didn't know they had them in Devil's
I didn't
Lake.
know they had burbots here.
Caught it ice fishing too, and I was with my dad. It's probably my most viewed video on my channel.
Wow, that's awesome.
We were talking about burbot. The guys catching them up in our neighboring state there of Minnesota, and then we ended up catching one. I was like, "Is this really what this is right here?" Yeah, and it sure was.
Wow.
That was pretty neat.
I didn't know that. I'm
I
from
didn't know
here,
they
and I
had them
didn't even
there.
know that.
I'll tell you,
Yeah, I
ice
know-
fishing is scenic. It's not neat to wake up to that frosty scenery.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful spot.
Yeah. Devil's Lake is pretty. I don't fish it very much.
It's hard to fish if you're not ice fishing it, because like there's some bass like near the shore sometimes on the south side, I think, but
Yeah.
all the trout are like about 18 feet down.
Yeah, they're like in the middle.
Yeah, they're in the middle of the column.
You know, they do in the early spring though. I mean, they come near the shoreline on the north side.
Yeah.
Like if you go in, if you're facing the lake on the north side and walk to the left of the train tracks and walk down, there's some good spots down there. But it gets deep there, about 18 to 20 feet.
Yeah.
And for those that talking about Devil's Lake, Wisconsin, that's like 30 miles away from the capital city, and it is a state park. You can camp there. It's a glacier cliffs that from the water to the top of the cliffs are 300 feet of the state rock pink granite. It's absolutely cool place. And the state actually stocks it with trout.
Yeah,
Yeah,
brown
it's like
trout.
browns and rainbows.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I should try to trout fish out there.
I mean, it's your local
And
hole, you know.
Trout stamps.
Well, you don't
Yeah,
need a
but
trout.
you gotta have a canoe though.
You need
You
a
gotta
trout
get the
stamp if you want
kayak.
to keep them.
I'm in it. I hear you.
Trout
You
stamps to
could
keep
boat, a
them.
rowboat, maybe even.
Yeah. You just rent one of the boats there, generally.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think of that. God, you know, I'm from Bareboom, grew up here, and I don't even know this crap about Devil's Lake. It's like I didn't even know you could rent boats, you know, a rowboat to go and. You know what I want to do? I want to get like $2,000 together and get a motorized fishing kayak with a trolling motor
Had to do it.
A motorized fishing what now?
kayak.
Oh, that's what Chaos Goat uses in his lives.
Yes, sir.
Is
Yeah.
yours paddle or do you have like
Motorized.
a trolling motor?
I've got a trolling motor on it.
Oh man, I am so envious of you.
Oh yeah.
It's awesome. It's amazing.
Oh my god. I went kayak fishing once and he had the paddle one where you push it and it has paddles underneath.
Oh,
You get
like
your
the
leg
pedal,
exercise, that's for sure.
like the pedal kayaks or whatever.
Yeah, the pedal one. That was fun, but it was a little windy, so coming back, man, I was so out of breath. My legs were like jello.
What have I done? Sorry, we're back.
But yeah, he was like rubbing it in that he was catching all these bass compared to me. And I'm like, well, it's my first time on a damn kayak.
I've never been on a kayak.
I don't want to fall over.
It's okay. I mean, it's. I
Question.
mean, like a kayak wouldn't be bad because it's easy. Like, there's a lot of places that only allow kayaks and they don't allow boats. So
Yeah.
Yep.
White Mountain Park, I mean, you can only have like, I don't think you can have a regular boat motor.
No, you
That's
can't
got a fish on.
be a trolley.
Woohoo! Fish on. Let's go. Let's go.
like Lake Columbia, for instance, they only allow kayaks.
Oh, really? I didn't.
They
Yeah,
shall not.
that's right.
I thought
I've
it
seen
just
a video of people kayaking in it at winter. You know where I want to go? I want to go to that spot where all those houses and playgrounds are underwater.
Yes.
fishy. Can you make him big screen?
I think it's called
I don't know.
Mud Boat.
Emmykins,
Like,
can you
which
come
one?
help me figure out how to do this?
Wait, but which one? Like, where are all the houses?
There it
I know
is.
there's like, I know there's one place at Crystal Lake because it flooded. There's a bunch of houses underwater, but like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
never
like,
actually done.
I think it's near
We
Lodi.
threw them back.
Yeah,
We're
no,
gonna get
that's-
more.
that-
We're
no,
gonna
no,
get more.
That's Crystal Lake. That's Crystal Lake.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had like a flood a while back, and like, there's like houses like halfway underwater. And
So that's a sad story. There,
What was
those
that,
people got
14,
screwed
15, you think?
because like they don't really have an outlet for that lake. It's like they didn't have an outlet for the lake. So when it rains, like it depends on evaporation. But like
Yeah.
that one year, it just rained like crazy, and then like everything got flooded. And then they're like, we need help from the state, and the state was like, we don't have any money. So they just kind of like stayed flooded for like
Yeah.
6 or 7 years.
I would
And
love
then,
to
like-
kayak that.
Yeah, I would too.
Just enlarge like one person screen, like for example.
I've seen videos of people catching some pretty big bass out of there.
Oh, there's huge bass in that lake.
Wow.
It'd be good for content. I mean, I've seen those videos too. So I mean, it's spread.
No, but I mean,
Yeah,
like I've they finally built a pipe, so they're slowly like draining the water back down.
Oh, are they?
wow. Okay.
I say they leave it.
6 and 6.
What do you say?
I had 6. Yeah.
I just tried.
Oh,
Yep.
we're stuck.
It's been a while though.
Yeah, nice.
Emmy to the rescue. She just showed me how to do that. So next time someone catches a fish,
We're
we
learning.
get their screen
All right.
locked.
Gotcha.
All right.
I was like, I thought something was wrong with my phone.
I've always wanted to go up and fish Minnesota, but the only thing that like prevents me is like they only allow one pole up there at a time, I think.
Yeah, and that's problematic if you're carp fishing and cat fishing and
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would suck.
Or just straight up multi-species
Yeah,
fishing.
3,
If
I
you
think.
want to dip corn, worms, and live bait, you know what I mean? Like
Having to switch your pole over every time.
Hey,
No,
Bob.
but I heard they allow two now on like on a certain section of the Minnesota River because it's one of the better rivers for flatheads. They just signed it into law like a few years ago.
Bob, in all your places fishing in southern Wisconsin, do you have like a favorite spot or and a best spot? Like those are two different, right?
Yeah, it depends. Like in winter, like Lake Columbia is basically the only place I can go to get open water. But like, there's a couple of spots I guess I like. Like the Fox River at Princeton is really nice for flatheads.
Okay.
And like Wisconsin Dells, like below Kilbourne's pretty decent for fishing as well, because there's like all sorts of fish there. There's just like too many drum there, so like I gotta find something that drum don't bite all that much, or I can just use the drum, one of those two.
Yeah, that's true.
I can agree with that. The Kilbourne Dam around here, that's one of my favorite spots.
Yeah. I always have good luck there too, like walking down that trail just right there fishing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
I always catch fish. I mean, that's one of my prime smallie spots for July coming up. Yeah, it's a great smallmouth
I
spot.
may have to go there with you because I don't think I've ever fished the Kilbourne Dam.
Oh yeah, yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. Just catch like in July, just catch smallies down there.
There's a lot of smallmouth down there for sure.
Yeah,
There's a
big
decent amount of
ones.
muskies down there too, actually.
I know. I want to catch. I've never caught a muskie. I want to just get a nice swim bait and throw it out there and just try.
Wouldn't mind that. Wouldn't mind that. like the dam at Jefferson's like just way too overfished. There's so many people that fish this area.
Yeah.
Like
Looking
it's
below or above it?
I mean I'm above right now, but like below it definitely there's tons of people fishing below it.
Yeah. I was going to say, because I don't think it has too much traffic above the dam, which I think is actually better for Flathead anyway.
Yeah, there's like nothing. Like there's nothing above it. There's like Flathead and a ton of carp. There are like 100 carp lined up on this bank, like lined up on this short, like this little dock here.
Well, I know where I'm going after this live cast.
No doubt. All right,
What is the really weird thing about Jefferson is I swear, like there isn't anything there but Flathead. You know what I mean? It's like the Flathead have just eaten everything. Like there are no other competing species.
Yeah, like I
I've never
rarely
caught
catch
channel
anything above.
cat there.
I rarely catch anything above the dam.
Yeah.
Like I mean, there every once in a while I get like right above the dam, not like where we were fishing, but like right above the dam. Like every once in a while I'll catch a channel, and I know there's a ton of carp up here, but otherwise than that, I don't really get anything.
For 2025, what's your best fish that you've caught this year?
Oh, so I don't know. I probably the Flathead. I caught like a 20-pounder like early in the spring at Lake Columbia. It's probably the heaviest one.
Nice.
Say that again. How big was that out of Lake Columbia?
I think like 20,
Oh my.
like 21, 21, something like that.
I think we need to have just a little get together at Lake Columbia and do some stuff.
Yeah.
I've never fished Columbia.
What?
I'd like to try it out sometime.
So Columbia is strange because like I've caught like fish there like through December, but like once January, February hits, like and that's like the time when the water's the warmest there. Like I just don't catch anything, and then like I start catching things in March again.
Huh. That's good info.
You make the call when you want to put something together on that one. If you know how it goes, man. Let's rock and roll.
I feel like the catfish there spawn in January, February because like that's when the warm water is the most consistent usually.
Yeah, the water temperature.
Yeah. Because
Gonna
like
try
it can
some.
actually get cold in December, and it can actually get cold kind of like around March, April. Because like that's when everyone turns the heater off, and then like there's no like warm water pumping into the lake anymore.
Yeah. I never
So
thought-
it's not a good lake to go live from. I tried going live from there.
There's
earlier
zero
this
signal
spring,
there.
and there's like
Absolutely.
no signal.
Absolutely no signal there
Yeah.
at all.
We'd have to make some long form content, but that'd be a cool place for us all to collab. You know,
Yeah. That would
especially
be fun.
wintertime when we can actually go fishing.
Do a
anywhere.
winter collab. You know what? That's to be honest with you, like for people like me, I don't ice fish because I'm a fear of ice. You know, don't. But anyways, like Lake Columbia, that I didn't even think of that. I mean, I'll just fish those months like December, January, February, March until it gets warm again, because otherwise the my channel will just die unless I'm just doing lives like this. But
Right.
my biggest fish this year was a 23.5-inch walleye. It was a personal best.
I don't even know
That's
what
awesome.
mine is.
Chaos just caught his PB bass the other day.
Yeah, it was a 19-incher,
Nice.
Nice.
19-inch largemouth, and then I caught a 35.5-inch northern like just over a month ago.
Nice.
Heck yeah.
Do you remember what mine was?
For this year,
Yeah.
I think you caught a pretty big sturgeon.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I thought. All right, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm good.
So I caught my first 2025 flathead like, earlier this week, and I think it was about 15 pounds, probably.
Yeah,
it wasn't
somewhere around
like a
there.
beater, but it was all right. I mean, it's just nice to get one flathead on the board before they go into spawn, or they're in
It'd be
spawn.
nice just to catch one in general for me.
Yeah.
Is it true bluegills are like the best bait?
I
mean,
prefer
yeah,
them.
any fish that moves. I like bluegill best because they stay alive the longest. You know what I mean? And they keep moving around. A lot of like bait shop type baits pretty
Yeah.
much die shortly
They
after
die
they're
pretty
on the
much
hook.
instantly. Yeah.
Yeah. So bluegill are really good for that.
Small drum.
Bullhead are a great bait too because they'll live forever. So I mean, if you go flathead catfishing and you've got 3 bullhead, you've got bait that's going to live until you catch a catfish. You know what I mean?
What about drum? Because I normally catch a lot.
I haven't actually tried drum yet. So the problem with
I
drum
have
is
caught one on a live drum.
I'm sure
I-
you can. Most
I-
drum are
I've
too big. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I caught one on. I've caught them on live drum and cut drum at the Dells. So they'll bite
Okay.
cut bait. They'll bite cut
Oh
bait.
yeah,
Like
as long as it's in a current and it's like
yeah,
moving
if it's in a current, they'll bite cut bait.
for sure.
Yeah, because last time we tried to go
Oh, yeah.
out, we used frozen shrimp,
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
that'll catch
Probably
channels.
not going to work for flathead.
and the only thing we caught was gigantic drum. Dawson caught a really
Yeah.
big drum.
And his caught his. No, he didn't catch his catfish that day.
Yeah, everything else was nightcrawler, and I was catching a ton of sturgeon that day.
Yeah,
Well,
sturgeon love their night crawlers
Yeah.
for sure. But sturgeon
love
will also
sturgeon.
eat cut bait too.
Yeah, they like
Especially-
I
minnows
only
too.
caught drum that day.
Miss Swift used to put a nightcrawler and a minnow together like a sandwich and throw it up.
Yeah.
Or
Sturgeon will eat that.
Yeah,
Sturgeon will eat that all day.
it always did.
Oh yeah, I caught my 57.5-inch sturgeon on nightcrawler, green nightcrawler. It was the only thing we caught that day.
So like
Worth.
I caught my biggest sturgeon was like 58, 59. I caught it on like shad.
A shad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I caught them on shad.
I was so bored one day, none was fishing. I went to the Wisconsin River and I caught 101 gizzard shad. I mean, they were all
Crazy.
snagging them, of course, reeling it
Yeah.
in, but these things were like that big, and I'm like,
Yeah.
at least it's something.
Yeah.
101
Man.
in an hour.
He was taking pictures and sending them to me.
I'm like, look at this. I caught a 12-inch golden shiner once.
Yeah.
12.
Adam, you want to say something?
What lake were you in?
Lake Sealy Lake by North Freedom.
Oh, that one. I've been meaning to fish there sometime.
12-inch golden shiner.
Yeah,
Think,
yeah.
dude, let's look at the record on that. I thought the record
It's in Lake Mendota.
Dota, and I don't think it was that big.
Oh
I
my
don't
God!
think
Please
people-
tell
I-
me.
It's like 2 pounds.
Why
I
do you,
think
That
it was
would
like 2
suck.
pounds. I can look up the official record.
Miss
You know the thing is, with shiners and suckers, I don't think many people report like the records because like
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure
for
there's
sure.
like bigger than the one on the record.
Yeah.
thinking
Miss
about?
Swift,
I went through the records. It was like, which ones can I get cheap? Which ones can I get to?
Yeah.
Well, what they are.
Miss Swift unofficially broke the short-nosed red horse record last year, but we didn't know. We measured and weighed it, and I was like, God damn. And then we get home, and I was like looking up records, and I saw the short-nosed red horse, and I was like, oh my God, you broke the state record. But she let it go. I mean, we didn't know, but I was like, you know what? Unofficially, you had the state record.
And then what was it like?
And then 2 months later, somebody broke it.
Yeah.
I got to print it off and get it in my tackle box. I think I got to get it laminated and put on my tackle box.
Oops. Dang it, I keep switching
Oh, yeah.
that up. My bad.
Because
Go
like
on.
everyone's chasing like the largemouth bass record, which isn't going to be broken because there's not
Definitely not.
because there's not a 10-pound bass in Wisconsin anymore. So
Yeah, I know.
I mean, there's probably one somewhere.
maybe
There's,
like maybe in one of those
it's a big
northern
state.
lakes. That's
There's
like
a lot of
not
water
fished.
here. A lot of water
That's
here.
true, but like
It's out
it's,
there.
it's probably
Good
going
luck.
to be like in one of those lakes that's just not fished.
For sure.
Yeah.
Have any of you caught a chub?
Yeah,
Chub, yeah.
I've caught like hundreds of chubs this month, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I've
I
been
haven't
using them
gone,
as bait.
Aluminum foil.
I haven't gone chub fishing since I was a kid.
Yeah, chubs are really good for like they're good for like catfish and bass and pike and everything.
I want to do some like trout fishing, like in a stream, walking with waders.
Do you see my video of that big brown I caught in Baraboo?
Yeah, I
last-
went there a
last
week
week.
later and tried fishing that, and I lost so many bucktails it wasn't funny.
Yeah.
Role
It's like
model.
what we do. We wait for you to put out a video, and then we go fish where you fished.
I'm
We're
like, well, dude,
That's the
it's like,
basis of our whole channel.
it's like 4 blocks away from my apartment. I'm like, of course. That's where I first saw Bob, actually. I was with my family, and he was gearing up, and I was just putting the poles away, and all I kept thinking to myself was, man, that guy's recording everything. That's pretty freaking cool. I didn't say hi to him then, but I just kind of nodded my head. And then it wasn't until Sauk City when I actually saw him, and I'm like, I introduced myself, and I'm like,
Yeah, we all.
hey, man, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, wait, hold on.
I got the record for golden shiner pulled up.
What is
Yeah,
it?
me too. I'm trying to put it on the screen. It's
Do it.
10 inches. It's almost a pound, 9.1 ounces. No. half
Oh
a
my
pound.
God, I broke that record.
10.25.
Yeah, this thing was Yeah, it was 12 inches. I measured it.
Oh, another thing I target in July would be the
Madison,
buffaloes.
Wisconsin has the record for that golden shiner. Lake Mendota.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, Sealy Lake's got some big ass golden shiners in there. We should all golden shiner fish there sometime.
I actually have a secret spot for golden
Here we-
shiner.
There's our state record list.
Yeah, there we go.
Because like the
Red
other
horse.
fish, like I said, the other fish I target in July is like the buffaloes on Lake Wisconsin. I've caught like a 24-pounder there.
I need
So-
to catch one of those. I haven't caught one of those. What's the red
Yeah.
nose? Short nose red horse.
Short, 20.13 inches.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
They're not very big. The records for those aren't big. Like people just don't submit them.
Well, me and Fishy Things were doing a collab. I caught 2 of them that were pretty big.
Yeah. It's in one of my fishing music videos, actually.
You remember that? That was
Yeah,
crazy.
I do.
Because like the popular,
23 inches,
yeah.
4 pounds for the short head red nose.
So it's
That's actually that's a pretty,
23,
that's honestly a really big one for that species.
23.5 inches for it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
one-
actually pretty.
I don't know how to
What
zoom
Miss
in.
Swift caught before that record at that time was like it was I think 19 inches and it weighed 5 pounds.
Well, see, that would have been over on pounds then, because the record's only 4 pounds.
Right, but back
Yeah.
then though, that record wasn't there. I think the state record at that time was 3.5
Did you get
pounds
something?
and 17 and a half inches.
It was.
So I was like, holy shit, you broke the record.
Yeah, and then this person turned around and beat
Yeah,
me.
that's cool.
Or holy shoot, I mean, sorry.
No, you can swear on my stream. I do all the time. They don't seem to care.
feel
Somebody was telling me that, like, if you set a precedent on your channel that, like, that you cuss, prior to getting monetized, then YouTube lets it slide. But then, if you set a precedent that you don't cuss on your channel, then YouTube will flag you. I don't know how much truth there is to that, but
Well,
it
they
seems like
did.
maybe it's a thing.
They did just change there's a format they just changed. At least I noticed, like when I upload shorts, all these check boxes come up and it asks you, like, is there language, is there gore? And then on the bottom, of course, there's not because it's fishing. I just say none of these. And then the ad thing says good to go. It turns green and I get a little, a message saying that it's good to go. But that's new. That's like a couple weeks old.
But yeah, if you guys want to catch some golden shiners,
That'd
I
be
know a
fun.
great spot. Burke Town Hall Pond in Madison.
Oh yeah. They
Filled with golden shiners.
have so many of them there.
Yeah.
Really?
Forgot about that
I'll do
place.
that. Would it be good for kids?
And big ones. At best place for kids. So you could take. It's funny because there's people that'll like walk that little circle and they'll throw bread in there and you watch the shiners attack it like piranha.
No,
You just put a little piece of bread on a hook. No weight, no float, no nothing. Just throw it out there. Boom, you got a shiner. Bam.
You know what we should do?
and then you go fishing in the river in Wisconsin River with that, huh?
Dude, we should all
Technically,
do
no.
We should do a collab.
But
We
yeah.
should do a collab and go to the Dell's Trout Farm.
No. No.
We could jump around and screw off that whole day and make some good shit there.
Oh my god, we'd catch like 50 trout each.
We're the
But
best
that is
fishermen ever.
Yeah, but then we have to pay for them though.
Right?
Right?
Well, I think only if you
Yeah.
keep them, right?
But see,
I feel
nobody
like-
knows about that except the locals. So people will be like, oh my god, these guys are catching so much fish.
Oh, dude, I'd be broke after that because I have to pay for like 50 trout.
It's like we walk out there, we all leave with like a
I'm
$5,000
paying.
bill.
I'm bankrupt.
We're big tubers.
What if you just wanted to catch and release? How would that
Yeah.
work?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do think you only have to pay for the ones you want to keep and eat.
Okay, I didn't know you let. I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know they let you release them.
I mean, it's probably tourist prices. If it's $25, I'd still do it if I could record content.
I
Right.
would too. I would pay $25.
I would definitely do that as long as I didn't have to pay like per fish.
Yeah, no
Right.
doubt.
But if you're going to keep
Maybe a
it,
little too expensive.
You know what? I should check in. I'll check in on that.
You know what? Between the bulk of us, right? We
Right.
might have enough YouTube credibility that we'd be like, hey, we're 4 YouTubers. You know what I mean? Like, why don't you just let us fish here for free and we'll shout out your little trout farm?
Hey, you never know. They might. They could do that. I do drone work, and I remember one time I called a campground and I asked him if I could, how much a night was, and she's like, so and so, and I said, well, I'm in town because I'm doing some drone photography for this storage shed, and they were like, you know what, if you do a drone shots of our campground and stuff, you can stay here for free, and I was like, deal.
Yeah, that was nice.
That was nice.
That's a
We
win.
went fishing that night too, and we caught only 2 largemouth bass, but it was so much fun.
It was amazing. It was just.
It was like a
someone in the
vacation.
chat says they don't let you release. You do have to pay for every fish you catch.
Oh, I was almost there. Oh man.
I wonder how much the fish is.
And I know the source. He's very credible.
You should look up. Hey, somebody look up how much they cost per fish there.
All right.
You're
'Cause
there, right?
it's like if it's I'm guessing like fish is pretty expensive, so at least like $5-6 a fish. And
You're guessing.
What's the name of it again?
Wisconsin Dells Trout Farm.
Oh, I'm gonna guess.
so it's gonna be like $10 I think it's like $10 a fish, right?
Yeah.
Put your answer in the chat. I'm gonna say $7.50.
Answer in the chat. You're playing the game right.
$7.50.
I'm locking in at $11. How much does the fish cost at the Dells Trout Pond, or whatever you call it? Sorry, I know where it is and everything.
Well, it doesn't say on their website. I'm looking for some reviews. I figure somebody's got to complain about how expensive it is. Right?
Retired Beard says $7.77.
Oh, it's definitely not 77 cents.
Dorothy
So
says
you can
$8.
feed the trout if you buy bags of
$8,
trout feed for $6 a bag.
I put 950.
Oh, I thought you found the answer.
Oh, it's per. Is it per pound? It's there's a good chance it's per pound.
Oh, it could be per pound, yeah.
Because you gotta think it's gonna be about the same as what you buy at the supermarket. Is my
I bet
guess.
you if it's per pound, I bet you it's probably like $2.50.
Yeah.
Brian just says depends on the size.
You know what? I'm gonna check it out. I mean, I'm closest to the Dells, so I'll
Yeah,
research
yeah.
it. Because I tell you what, if it's affordable, I mean, and they say yeah, you can do video content. I mean, that's great for everybody.
Well, you guys
mean,
want to
because-
hear a nasty complaint about them?
Okay, for
Yeah.
fun. It's not our words. It's somebody else's words.
Yep.
Wish we had read the reviews before we attempted to go fishing there. I wish I could give this 0 stars. So the website says fishing is free. We get there and notice it's incredibly dirty, disorganized, and has piles of someone's personal property piled everywhere around the place. We were told $6.95 per person for fishing. Then we were told we could catch and release. Then we were told if we caught trout, we couldn't put them back and we would pay so much per inch. Then we were told
Per inch?
$24.95 per person per
How much?
90 minutes.
For time.
Yeah. We also got charged a $250 deposit because of people that would leave without paying for the fish. And they took the whole $250.
Of course they did.
Yeah. So
Okay, well, scratch that.
that
I'm
person
gonna say
is
no
not
to that
happy
one.
about them.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna have to pass on that one.
Cost 30 cents per inch.
For everything.
Dusty looked up something and said that it was how much?
39 cents per inch.
39 cents per
Per
inch.
inch?
This person says a 16-inch trout was $32.
What the
Oh,
heck?
no way.
Wow.
We got the driftless area here in Wisconsin where you just have to get a trout stamp and put in a little bit of work, do a little technique. You
Yeah.
go find Southwest Wisconsin, he'll make you some flies or some poppers. It'll take you
Yeah.
out. And,
I can do that.
It seems like they don't have a solid price. Here's another person saying it was $45 an hour for catch and release.
Well, that's way too much money, man.
Drill
Then
and
they
show, we
changed
should do
it
the
because we
driftless
caught 4
sometime.
trout, and they said that would be $115.
It says fish
Dude,
prices
are those-
on
There's a
Are
lot of
those
complaints
trout-
about this place.
the actual plate it took me to.
Are those trout made out of gold or something?
Right.
Depends on size.
Trout stamp it. So you're paying for the trout stamp.
Yeah, you have to pay $5. Three and under is free, but they can only catch up to 3 fish. There's no fishing.
It's a pond, you can catch those fish. Like a business like that, you don't need a trout stamp to go there and do that fishing. But
So
Right.
if I was
It's
if I
private
was Mr.
property.
Beast, I would go there and just fish all day and act like it's some lake I'm on.
If I were Mr. Beast, I just buy the place and then live there. Put up a
Yeah, that's
mansion.
true.
Like, this is my trout pond now. No one gets to fish it.
Yeah. Actually, if I was a billionaire, a house. If I built a house, I'd have a really big ass pond in it,
For sure.
Oh yeah.
like
I mean,
fully.
I would probably buy a place on a really good river and then have a pond installed with the river flowing into my pond. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
With my
I'd
own personal dam to open and close it. Huh?
I want to build my own pond. I want the machinery so that I can do it myself and get a kick out of it, like it's a big sandbox, and then get to
That would be cool.
Like,
Hey,
I would
you guys
draw it
ever-
up, but I would
any
make
of you
other
guys-
people do the work. You know?
Do any of you guys watch like that one channel called Bama Bass? He built a 5-acre pond and he's like trying to raise trophy bass in it.
right.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
Didn't he have like a tragedy or something too?
I don't think so. I think that might have been the other channel, but like his biggest bass now in that pond's like 6 or 7 pounds, and it's only been like 3 years.
Jesus.
Down. I'm interested.
Oh yeah, that's right. If you build a pond in Wisconsin, don't connect it to a river, because
Oh.
then it's not a private pond anymore.
That's true.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, it's
that
$5.
makes sense.
Then you pay by inch for the trout you catch. Admission for children 3 and under is free.
I
Yeah,
hear
I guess Dusty says it's $5 per person, and you pay by the inch of the trout you catch.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Didn't you just hear all those complaints I read off where they said it was this and then it ended
Yeah.
up being that?
we're a little bit better than that as fishermen, I think.
Yeah. I'd rather do Driftless or Devil's Lake.
Oh yeah, if we're gonna do that for sure.
Definitely.
I mean, this fall we can definitely go catch a bunch of steelhead in like the Root River and some salmon too. That'd be cool.
Just
Yeah.
like
Easy.
I think Milwaukee's pretty good just for that.
Yeah,
you know
for
what?
sure.
That's a bucket list. I want to do that. That is a bucket list that I want to do. Is in October, go to the bay and fish for steelhead.
Yes.
I've never done that, and I've seen people do that. Go out there and fish that and catch humongous like steelhead, coho, salmon, all that stuff. I've never done that. That would be so much fun.
Definitely.
Yeah, Brian just did that. He came over to my house the other night with a bunch of coho and salmon and steelhead, and we ate it. Oh my god, it was delicious. It tastes like chicken. So
Oh.
good.
But that
So
just
sad.
has to be
Yeah, if
fun.
you guys
I
are gonna do that, include me, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
Of course.
Me too, actually. You want fish? You want fish tonight?
I have to
I'll
put
give
a
you the
word.
card.
I have
Oh
the
shit,
card.
the phone's. Oh, you got the card,
Yeah, I got
dude.
the
You
card.
want fish tonight with like mashed potatoes and
I think I'm lagging.
Yeah.
Are you?
You
Yeah.
guys,
kind
do
of
you guys know
vegetables.
that?
Yes, definitely. Susan
All right.
Beans. I love
Deal.
Susan.
Do you
Oh
guys
no! What did
know
I just do? What did I do? Is everyone still there?
There.
Yeah.
You.
Yeah, we're
Yep.
here.
All my computer screens just like went bananas, and I was worried.
Hey, Sona,
False alarm.
Do you guys know that?
Oh, my language was changed to Italian. Sorry.
It's cozy.
Scusi.
135 a person for a salmon charter? That's not bad at all, actually.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
like, but in Lake Columbia, they used to have hybrid bass in there.
Yeah, they stopped stocking them in 2009, but they're allegedly still in there. We've
there was
all
a-
talked
there
about
was
the videos of those kids that trespassed and caught a
Yeah,
couple.
yeah. Yeah, the weird thing about that video is they did catch a hybrid, but they did actually catch a hybrid last winter. But like in the video, you could actually see like no fishing here sign like while they're fishing there.
Yeah.
I know, but
But I'm glad they broke the law so that we know there are still hybrid in there.
Exactly.
I'd like
But
to
it's
catch a
almost-
striped bass. I wish we had those.
I mean, they're like, I think I've caught one in Missouri. They're fun. They're really fun to pull in, but
They get big.
they get like
Girl,
they're
are
in
you froze?
Aren't they
Yeah,
like the
they're
biggest
big.
bass?
yeah, like I mean they're bigger than largemouth for sure.
No, I mean, I've seen really big striper bass. It's like, holy cow.
Yeah, but like the pure stripers are more of a like a saltwater fish. Even though there are a couple lakes where they have them, but they're more of a saltwater fish.
I just cracked my
Like a
back.
brackish or whatever.
Well, I think they live in the ocean. I think they live in the ocean and they come into freshwater to spawn, or the other way around, or something
Welcome
like that.
back.
That's cool.
But
Imagine
yeah,
if one of us.
they used to have like 15 pounders in Lake Columbia.
That's what I heard too, but they're like all gone. But then I heard a rumor somebody caught one recently.
They
out of
did
it.
last December.
So they're
In that
still
in,
in there.
in that inward,
Yeah.
yeah, but there's like probably like there's not that many of them in there, and like
I mean,
the place.
if they're left alone, they'll breed.
I don't
Most of
think
those
they
no, they're
can breed.
sterile. They're
Yeah.
What's that?
most of them are sterile. Like
Oh,
they're
really?
yeah, they're a
Yeah.
hybrid, so they're sterile.
Okay.
They're test tube fish. They have to be genetically created. They're not a real
Yeah.
fish that
Okay.
exists in nature.
Maybe that's the mutant fish my dad was telling me about when I was a kid.
We've
And
all
it's
seen
dark.
Lake Columbia where the guy was casting over the
Yeah.
fishing
The-
refuge sign.
Yeah, the no fishing sign. Yeah, I'm just like, come
We
on,
need to get
guys.
that guy in this chat and have a good stern talking to with him. No, I thank him. I thank him for breaking the law to let me know those fish are still in there.
Hey, Fishy Bob,
but
don't you have to like walk a mile?
No, you
Yeah.
can fish at the parking lot at Lake Columbia. I've caught a lot of flatheads at the parking lot.
Now, here's the thing. I got into a little debate with a guy in those chats. You can go back to that video and check it out. And this guy was like, all right, I got to see this for myself, and ended up walking out there. And he said to get to the spot where they were illegally fishing, he passed 2 no trespassing signs.
No, there's not like no, there's one. There's one. I know exactly where that spot is. It's a discharge pipe.
It is, yeah.
It's a discharge. I know exactly where that is because I fished about 50 yards from it, and like there's a clear sign right there that says you cannot fish beyond this spot.
Yeah, and then where it comes out, that's called a silt collector. It's just a
Yeah.
little pond that collects the silt in the
Yeah.
lake. It's a silt catch.
Oh,
Yeah. So like yeah, like he was 100% like illegally fishing there. So yeah, don't like it's just not smart to do that in videos because it's like
Yeah.
yeah, you know.
you're incriminating yourself.
Yeah.
Can we video?
We probably
yeah.
can. Yeah, actually. Yeah, we could do that. I'll see if I can find it. If someone knows the name of the video or something like that. Oop,
I forgot. I watched it like 6 months ago.
me too. Me too. I'll just
Yeah,
search Lake Columbia.
Unidentified fish
Yeah, I
and
know.
stripers in Lake Columbia.
Did any of you guys ever wanted to be a game warden?
Not really.
Uh,
All right, guys, I'm gonna go for another carp.
look, I have I went to
I
school
missed.
game warden, and then he ended up turning into a game warden. And when I would go out fishing, we would have the game warden come up to us and then tell us where everybody was catching fish. Right? So I mean, we had a guy on our side.
Yeah.
Another.
I just had a game warden call me because I asked him. I saw one at the gas station. I asked him about camping on the shoreline,
Yeah.
and he said you can't. He said the Dell's Ducks own that property.
Oh yeah, the Dells do have that. Yeah.
He just said no overnights.
Sure. Like lower, usually it's about, you can camp below the flood line. All right. So you could be, someone's property could be above the flood line. There could be farmland. There could be someone's house there. Like that floodplain on the river is where you can camp. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I guess you just have to
Video.
worry, just hope, see that it dn't rain like a day before though, because you don't want to camp and then wake up and you're being underwater.
That's like in Portage, I know the flood line in Portage is like, it's not even there now. You still got like 4 or 5 feet in that flood line and it's high water.
Yeah.
We're going to YouTube.
I'm waiting for the Wisconsin to drop because at the Prairie du Sac Dam, like maybe like 200 yards or 100 yards away from the dam, there's
Yeah.
like a little island in the center, and like if the water goes down far enough, I can just like wade to the island and fish from there.
Do you feel
Love it.
Yeah, I haven't coughed nearly as much today since I took it. So I mean, I've coughed a few times, but it's been sore. But it's helping.
So you want to know what's funny is I searched Lake Columbia, Wisconsin on YouTube, and like the majority of the videos are ancient art of fishing.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, yeah. I made quite a few videos there.
Man, I straight up got my hair chopped. I'm looking at myself in the camera and I'm just like, holy cow, did I
What
get
if they took it down?
You gotta do my
super short.
So I'll tell you something about Lake Columbia. Like I can only fish from the shore, but one of my friends bought like his kayak there, and he just paddled up like right next to like the right discharge. And
Yeah.
he caught like 3 flathead like within an hour.
Jesus.
It's
Like during the daytime.
You have the access, you know?
Well, the thing is like there's no structure in that lake, and that place is like that entire lake's like 8 feet deep.
Right.
Yeah, it's not that deep, I heard.
No, it's congruent all the way through. So the flatheads just come really close to the shoreline at night. But he just fished right next to the discharge during the day, and he got a ton of them. Oh, I got a fish. I gotta go get it, I think.
Live action!
All right, let me just move this. It's not a big one, I don't think. That's that one over there. I think it's still on.
Yeah, I can't find it. They might have taken it down. They might have realized that they might get in trouble and they took it down. Gasco, did you mute yourself?
Yeah, I'm trolling. We're getting ready to pack it in right now, so
All right.
I don't know if my motor is going to be too loud.
I just didn't know if I accidentally muted you, so I was just double
No,
checking.
that was me.
Okay.
Did Bob get it? Yeah, it looks like he got one.
Oh yeah, it is a catfish.
catfish.
A gato fish.
Well, it's got to be a flathead. I've never caught a
Nice,
whatchamacallit there.
Nice. It's a gato fish.
We got it.
Gato fish.
Nice.
That looks like a channel.
Yeah,
Did he really catch a channel cat there? No way.
I think it is.
Yeah.
You caught a channel cat above the dam?
Yeah, it's a channel cat.
What?
Yeah, channel
Unreal.
catfish.
It's really cool.
That's crazy. I've
Awesome.
never caught one up there.
Nice.
We got a fishing show, ladies and gentlemen. We got a fishing show.
Leave it to
That's really cool.
Ancient Fishing
Ah,
Show.
Did he get you?
nah, but I gotta get it out. I gotta get the hook out.
Oh, what are we gonna do now?
One of those bass I got today just buried the hook way inside it. I hope it lives.
Oh my god, I was so scared because when my son caught his first
All
channel,
right, look at that. Nice one.
yeah, I couldn't get it off the weight system. I didn't know I could grab it by its mouth.
Well, let's go.
He just threw it back in. He barely showed us.
No, I showed you guys, right? I held it up. I held it up.
All right, fair enough. I'm a complainer. That's what I do.
Yeah, but that was like a less than 1 pound channel.
So I'm just amazed that you caught a channel in that spot because I've never seen anything but a flathead come out of there.
Now, I've caught like directly above the dam. I've caught a couple of channels. Not many though. There's way more below the dam.
Right.
I can't
Sure.
stop yawning.
There's big channels below the dam there for sure.
Oh yeah. The biggest one I've caught below the dam's like 10.
My biggest channel cat is 6 pounds. Or
My,
I mean, my biggest flathead.
my biggest catfish ever is 0 because I've never caught one.
6 pounds. Was it 6 pounds or 16 pounds?
6
6 pounds, yeah, it was 6 pounds.
I'm not sure what he means by this. Maybe you can clarify Northern Fishing, but he said, Ancient Art, what do you have into YouTube?
What do you mean? What do I have into YouTube?
Right. Clarify that, Ancient Art, or I mean Northern.
What
Sorry.
I think what he's saying is what got you into YouTube.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm retarded. That is what he means. What got you into YouTube? So he answered this earlier, but I'll let him.
Another fish. Yeah, night fishing's fun, but there's no lights on this side. Temperatures spawning, so it's gonna be hard to catch one. But hopefully we'll get one today.
Does he have another fish on?
I don't know. I think somebody's there.
Or he's just making one of his videos right now.
I'm just recording right now.
Do
Okay.
it, and do it.
But like, I mean, I gotta catch a lot more than that. But anyways, like, what was he asking?
What got you into YouTube? Which I know you already answered, but he's kind of late, so. we
So
can
like,
still
oh,
go through that.
YouTube. Yeah. So I mean, I did like a crypto show. Like I've been doing YouTube like for money for like a while. Like I did a crypto show, but then I was like, I actually like fishing, and a lot more. So like I was just like, you know what, let's just start recording the fishing stuff. And plus, I saw Jeremy Wade. I'm like, hey, that looks fun to do. So it was really like River Monsters that like really got me into like serious fishing. Because I fished as a kid, but like it was like after I watched like several seasons of that show, I was like, man, that looks really fun. Of course, Wisconsin's not like the Amazon, so I can't catch like man-eating fish, but still.
What was the battery guy?
Ladies and
All
gentlemen.
right. I got to get going, everybody. We're packing it up, and I got to load my stuff up. Thanks for having me, though, Fishy. And it was
Thanks for
fun
being on.
chatting with all you guys. And yeah,
Right.
Take it
Yep.
easy,
You guys-
bro.
Great for
you guys have a good one.
Chip
Actually,
in.
Take care, everyone in chat.
Take care, man.
Yep.
Later.
Later.
Eat it.
Oh, I see.
Oh. Man, sorry for me. I can't stop yawning.
We boring you? We boring you?
All day.
When next time you guys are going out fishing, where are we going? Or where are you guys each going,
Oh, we're thinking Sunday.
Oh wait, I mean Sunday's raining, so tomorrow I'm probably gonna be like, I'm probably gonna be at the same place I was like last Sunday on like Lake Wisconsin tomorrow. I'm
Okay.
gonna be trying to catch the carp and stuff.
Fishing,
Yeah, I would be.
you want to
What
go
would you recommend your gear setup, Bob, for that?
What? I mean, it's just generally my same catfishing stuff. I have number 4 hooks. I just bought a new pack.
Yeah. Drop shot?
So, yeah, so it's just like heavier equipment with like 30 or 50 pound braid, more or less.
Yeah. What kind of bait?
I just use corn there.
So do you just kernel corn through the hook?
Yeah, more or less. And just you got to have a pole that throws out really far.
Yeah. What kind of corn? I mean, just corn on the cob if you get it?
Well, whole kernel corn, like whole kernel sweet corn, probably works the best.
Like in the can?
Either the can or the bag. I have a bag of it, so it doesn't really matter.
I get the little tiny, they look like the little Jello cups.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Little
I mean, whatever works for carp. Like I saw a guy use cookie dough once, and he did pretty well.
Somebody told me mix up like the whole kernel sweet corn in like an oatmeal.
That might work. I mean,
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'm lazy, so I just use the corn in the. I'm lazy. I'm lazy, so I just use the corn in the bag. But
Some call it lazy, some call it smart.
niblets.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm gonna try and catch some bass in the next week or two. I think here.
yeah, that's a good
If I
idea.
can, I might try and collab with you guys. Have you guys? So I'm not a
I
big
swear
bass
to God.
fisherman, but I'd like to get some.
I swear to God, one of you guys got to come up here with a boat so we can go to Lake Mason, go under that bridge where I fish. I'm telling you, there is monster bass in there. I caught three 20-inch bass today.
On a Sunday, so I can go.
All right.
And I'm
I'll
not even in
bring
a
up the
boat.
boat. I'll bring up the boat.
I'm not even in a boat. I can't even
You
imagine.
just did.
the
Somebody's
fish.
got to bring a boat, and I said I'll bring a boat.
Absolutely. Oh my God. I'm telling you,
Chance of rain on Sunday.
great bass spot and pike. There's big pike in there.
I will warn you though, my boat's not much of a casting boat. It doesn't have like a legit deck or anything like that. It's
Hey,
a
man.
fit and bait and weight kind of boat.
You know what? It's just something to sit in and so we can cast other than on shore. I mean,
Yeah.
all along that shoreline, it's not real big. I mean, it's a medium sized pond. I mean, it's big. But the shoreline, there is just so many bass in there. I can't even imagine, just a little spot I fish all the time and I catch that much. going around that like on a day, I mean, you'd probably catch unbelievable amounts of bass, especially right now.
Here's what I want to officially do. I want to go up to that lake with you.
Yeah.
I'll bring the boat
Yeah.
and bass fish with you. I want to go with Drill and Chill on. I'm spacing out on the name of the lake. The one right below Monona, Wabisa. I want to go on Wabisa with Drill and Chill, and I'm gonna stalk Ancient Art and go see if I can catch some buffalo on Lake Wisconsin.
That's
You going
fun.
out by Scoopy's, Ancient Art?
What?
Are you gonna? Is it your spot by Scoopy's ice cream?
It's by like it's called the Merrimack Scoop. Yeah.
Yeah,
I know where that's at.
yeah. It's a
Maybe-
nice spot. It's got a nice boat dock and.
Maybe I'll go there. Maybe we'll go there Sunday.
I'm not fishing Sunday. I'm not going to start fishing until probably Monday.
Drill and Chill
I got to
is
do my
Sunday,
global
you should go
stream
there.
version of this tomorrow.
It's the
And
only
then,
day I'm gonna get off this week is Sunday.
Drill and Chill, if you can Sunday, you should try to go to that spot too. And I'm sure Bob might. I mean, it's. I know where he's talking about. I'd really like to try carp,
Groupies?
like a night carp trip. Like evening into night.
So it's Sunday night. And are we getting rain? Is that what I heard?
It's
I-
about 40% chance. It
It's-
says
It'll be overcast.
Here, there's gonna be clouds. It's
Yeah, I
gonna,
mean, if it's overcast,
it's gonna rain someplace. It's summer in Wisconsin.
so. It says variable cloudiness, very warm and humid with a chance of showers and thunderstorms, especially in the afternoon.
Like today.
And then evening, it says variable cloudiness and muggy with a chance of showers and thunderstorms.
I play it by
40%
ear.
chance.
I mean, another good day is tomorrow. She's gonna be at work though, so it'd just be me solo.
An
I'm,
ancient
I'm tempted to go back to that bass spot.
I mean, I'm just gonna go to a place where I can stream and hopefully catch some fish. But like that Lake Wisconsin spot is on and off. Like sometimes you catch stuff, other times you don't. So
How's the streaming down there?
I had no trouble streaming last week.
Okay, because where we go, we just get interrupted, or it just drops. The one bass spot I go to, you can't even stream at all.
Yeah.
The problem with like the Baraboo spot I go to, like it's so steep that like you can't. It's not really good to stream at that dog park.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I know where you're talking about. That's where you caught that trout.
Yeah, the trout. Like, I've caught 2 flatheads there, but they weren't big.
Yeah, but that trout you caught, that brown trout, wasn't that like 30 inches?
Yeah, that was like 20. I think it was like 26, 27. It was pretty
God.
big.
That was a big brown trout you caught.
That was pretty big. And the biggest like flathead I caught on the Baraboo is like 22 pounds. But that's
Oh,
like
wow.
not in Baraboo. That's like way down at that Wayside Park.
Yeah. Timmy's Mill.
Regardless, I'm interested in getting the band back together.
Yeah, no doubt.
We're
That
on
would be
mission
fun.
from God.
Just 3 lines apiece, soak them all. We're gonna see some.
Yeah. What I,
For sure.
you know what I want to do? With Drill and Chill. I want to do slip bobber walleye fishing.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
That would be fun, like in the river.
Getting on the river. I need a day trip on the river, fellas. Like get in on Portage, go to a sandbar, set lines, scoot to the next sandbar, set lines for a little bit, then get out.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Hey, man, I'm just waiting for
Hey.
Wisconsin to go down. I'm just waiting for the Wisconsin to drop like 2 feet, and then I'll be good.
Okay, down. All right.
I mean, I do have to go to St. Louis for a couple of weeks. I don't know exactly when. Probably sometime like July. Probably sometime in August is my guess, but we'll see.
So am I just ferrying all you guys back and forth to this island with my boat,
Oh,
my little 2-person boat?
We would need a ferry. But we'll
I'll
clean
do
the
it.
dishes. We'll clean the dishes. As
All right,
peasants.
all right. Yeah, we'll get something organized here.
Dude, that
keep
would
an
be
eye on
so
the river.
much fun. That would be so much fun camping on
When
a
we know it's
sandbar, fishing
down
all
about
night.
2 feet,
it's
we'll
rough.
all start texting each other and figure out a time and a date.
Absolutely.
Let's do the Wisconsin River Island adventure, huh?
Yeah, I mean, we need to collab again. I mean, everybody here, we collabed.
For sure.
Bob is the only one where all of us haven't collabed. I think 4 people like that, would be amazing because that video I made with us, I mean, it got pretty good. You know, it didn't get a billion views, but I mean, everybody that I talked to said they liked it. So it looked like
Well, I mean,
it was fun.
it was just fun.
It
You
was
know,
fun.
more than anything.
And then we leave, and then you guys start catching a whole bunch of fish. I'm like, oh, we left at the wrong
So
time.
he takes care of his mom before we go out there now, or he has her set up for the evening before we go out there, so we can stay longer. But I do have to run to the store, so I am going to head there quick.
Yeah, we're gonna have codfish,
Yeah, I'm gonna do big fish.
Heading up.
baked cod, and
That'll do
garlic
when you
mashed
can't get
potatoes and
Good
green
fish,
beans.
you know.
Oh, she makes it great. It tastes so good.
Yeah.
We were talking about
cod's
fish, and
not
she
bad.
looked at me and she
Pretty
goes,
good.
"You know, I kind of want fish now." And I'm
hungry
like,
for fish
"I'm
now.
like, go to the store and get a cod, lemon
Imagine
cod
that.
with butter, dill,
Um,
garlic mashed potatoes, and that green beans and the
seasoned green
ones you get in the can.
beans. Seasoned green
Yeah.
beans.
Oh, Mamma
Who would have thought
mia,
sitting around talking about fishing for 2 hours would make you hungry for fish, you know?
Mamma mia.
Yeah, and I don't really get hungry for fish very often. So
I had fish tacos for lunch today. I'm in.
Woo! All
hey, I
right.
got tacos for lunch today too. My dad actually bought it. Ow!
Where'd you get fish tacos at?
I had a chicken and steak chalupa.
Lake Wabiza.
Oh, you made them?
No,
They were homemade?
got him at Taco
I'm
Bell.
asking Adam.
I went to Christie's on Lake Wabiza.
Oh, okay.
I watched fish while I ate lunch.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
I love you too.
Ah.
See you shortly.
I'm surprised that not a single one of these 300 carp have bit my worm yet.
I am too, actually. You think they would? Maybe they're not spawning, are they?
No, they're done.
not. No,
spawning.
I think it's just too hot, and they're just coping for air right now.
Yeah. They just kind of want to die at the moment, you know?
Too bad you couldn't like throw corn in their mouth with a hook when they come up for air.
I mean, you could snag them. You could definitely snag them if you really wanted to.
Remember, like Wisconsin doesn't allow cast nets. Otherwise, I could just throw a cast. And
Oh, I know. I saw some people the other day on the river cast netting, and then he comes up to me too, and he tried to offer me a 13-inch walleye. I'm like, I just said I appreciate that, but no thanks. We're not keeping our fish tonight. And then he's
Ooh,
like
there you
cast
go.
netting, and I'm like,
Good
oh my
try,
god!
guys.
If a game warden was here, your ass would be in trouble.
Well, I'll tell you my game warden story. I just got my license at 16 years old, and I went to
I missed the
Duck Creek where the boys were talking up there in Portage.
Yeah.
Warden came out in front of me on my 16th birthday, the day I needed my license the first time. And I was like, dude, I'm so happy to see you. Like, I paid for this, and I need to show it right away the first day. That's what you guys were talking about, catching those snakehead,
Oh, bowfin.
bowfin.
Oh,
Yeah, a lot of people mistake him for snakehead.
sure.
Are they
I could see that.
Same? Hold on. Are they not the same fish?
They're
Nope,
definitely
they're
not
not.
the same at all. Not even
They
close.
look very, very similar though.
Yeah.
Like
I,
you can
I wouldn't
very-
even give it two varies. They're definitively different.
the head of the dogfish is like thinner. You know,
I
but
mean, they've got different colors.
you're
they're-
supposed to
they're
kill
pretty
them.
different.
actually.
You know what?
You're
I'll pull
supposed
it
to
up.
kill them if you catch
I'll
one.
pull it up.
Snakeheads, yes. Snakeheads,
Let's see.
yes. Bowfins, no. Bowfins are native.
Yeah.
Yeah, bowfins are.
Bowfins are native. Snakeheads are invasive.
Yeah, that's what I heard. And those in like gobies, I think they're called. You're supposed
Oh,
to.
the gobies are awful. Like you cannot bottom fish with worms or corn on Lake Michigan because of the gobies.
The gopies.
Yeah,
Right.
They're like the most annoying fish ever.
we're supposed to, I guess, eradicate them too.
We're never gonna get rid of those. But yeah, you're supposed to kill them.
And lampreys, I think, are like the other one.
Seen lampreys?
Yeah, like a lamprey, you're supposed
Have
to
you seen 'em?
exterminate it. I don't think you can eat them.
Have you seen one?
I have not seen one.
Fishy, have you seen a lamprey?
Not in real life, but in videos. Yeah.
Dude, lampreys are like vampire fish. Nasty.
Yeah.
ones.
They're nasty.
Seen them?
I've never seen one.
I have.
Where at?
Woodman down in the lower Wisconsin River.
Okay.
Really?
Creepy, dude. Super creepy. And it
Yeah,
had
they're like vampire fish, man.
it left like a bloody hickey on it. Like we caught the pike, pulled it out, and then it fell off, and it was just wiggling around like a wiggler worm. Like it was creepy.
Like
Yeah, in the
aliens.
videos and pictures I've seen, they definitely look super duper creepy.
All right, what is
Like from the movie Aliens.
snakehead versus?
I've got it here. I'm pulling it up. Just give me a second.
That's just me.
Bob's right though. They're called the vampire fish.
Oh yeah, it was creepy, dude. It was creepy. Just even thinking that those fish are in the water.
Oh man, I'm telling you. It's like a leech on steroids.
There you go.
Yeah.
So that's the
Dude,
difference
they got
between a
nasty-
snakehead
they got
and a
nasty-
bowfin. They're significantly different.
Oh
Okay.
yeah. Snakehead looks like an actual snake's head. Bowfin looks like a freaking coelodon.
I definitely caught the bowfin then, that's for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah, me too.
There's not many snakeheads in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Anybody else in the chat think that they were the same thing? Are we learning something, chat?
I tell you what though, it'd be cool to get a picture of the snakehead on video though.
Just
Oh,
go
for
to Florida.
sure.
Just go to
I
Florida.
mean-
There's tons of them in there. Like the giant, like the.
I don't really have
snakehead-
just go to Florida money.
Yeah, like Florida's full of snakeheads. Of course, Florida's
Yeah.
full of like everything.
Bowfin
Yeah.
and dogfish are
I
the
caught
same.
snakeheads in Florida.
Yeah, dogfish is just like a different term for
Yeah, like bowfin and dogfish are the same.
yeah.
I like what's happening on the screen here.
I know. All I kept thinking is you got
Oh,
mail.
whoops. My bad. I wasn't paying attention there.
You got mail.
I felt stupid for a second, but now I feel smarter.
No, it's not that Florida's expensive. It's that just packing up and traveling to Florida on a moment's notice because I want to catch a snakehead is kind of
That's
expensive.
true. That's
Can't
true.
quite swing that.
Us that wants to meet us. They want-
It's interesting, man, when you do catch it. It's like, they're kind of like pests.
I'd
When I
like to
lived
catch
there-
more of them.
Yeah, when I lived there. But yeah, Florida's a really cool place to fish. I worked every day, and when I got home at 5 o'clock, 2 hours of it was always at the dock, just fishing, for 2 hours. Yeah, that was a good experience. I'm glad I have that. There's so many different fish species too down there, and it's like the difference. I can best describe is saltwater fishing is aggressive, freshwater fishing is passive. I mean, it's crazy.
And there's so many fish in the bay though. Just like
Mhm.
like there's so
But-
many big fish in the bay.
Bob, have you ever catch Spanish mackerel?
Nope.
Oh my God. When you cast for those, it's like a white curly.
Oh,
You
wow.
reel it in as fast as you can.
Really?
Like literally, you reel it in as fast as you can. And
Wow.
these things, they chase it, and the fight is unreal. Like, I mean, when you catch one, you're like, because they're so strong, it's like, holy, your drag just goes and stuff, and then you get it in, and you look at the teeth on it, it's got like super sharp teeth.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, I caught a baby barracuda once too. That was pretty cool.
Oh, that's one thing I want to catch, barracuda.
Yeah, it was in the bay. I couldn't believe it. I was like, "Why are you in the bay? You should be in the Gulf."
Well, I caught a barracuda when I was like 13 years old. I went on a charter in Key West, and they like strapped the pole to my body. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because it was so strong. It was like literally trying to pull me over the boat. You would
Yeah.
think just looking at them that like a muskie and a barracuda would be similar. It's not even close. Like barracuda is so strong, it's insane.
Yeah, there's some big fish in the ocean, man. Like really big fish. The biggest thing I ever caught in my entire life was the day before Hurricane Francis in like 2005. And I had a finger mullet on my pole. And I cast it out. I was on a jetty, which was next to a beach. and it was about 45 minutes, and all of a sudden the pole just, and it was a heavy pole, it just started like a catfish bite, and I yanked it, and I couldn't even move. It just stopped, and I'm just like, this thing was just pulling. It took an hour and a half to get it in. There was me and two other guys next to me, and these guys were like bodybuilder people too. They had big arms and shit, and after a certain amount of time, we'd hand off the pole to each other, and then we got it to the shore. When people realized it was a 150-pound black tip shark.
Oh,
Crazy.
And when people on the beach saw that coming in, you know, to the shoreline, that freaking beach cleared out of the water. I laughed my ass off. I was like, oh, I just caught Jaws. That was my biggest fish I ever caught in my life. But that's a whole different saga, you know. That's like before I even was like doing professional fishing, and you know, that was saltwater. Bob, I lived in Sarasota, Florida for 15 years.
Salt and fresh are so different though, so like it's hard to compare the two.
Yeah, it's completely different. It's more aggressive. It's aggressive biting. I mean, it's crazy. And a king mackerel, I've never caught one of those, but I can't even imagine the fight on that.
Do you guys know there's an abandoned mine shaft somewhere in Wisconsin?
what?
It's called Lake Wazi. It's about 2 hours north of Madison. It's
Yeah.
the deepest lake in Wisconsin. It's like 300 feet deep, and it's like full of trout, I think.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah. There's bass and stuff in there
Be
too.
interesting to check out.
I had Lake Wazi was one of the answers to one of my trivia questions when I was out fishing.
Ah.
So from
Yeah, it's a scuba diving place.
sure.
Oh. Yeah, I can see that.
Have you
Devil's Lake is too, actually. Devil's Lake, I think, at the deepest is like 53 feet, I think.
Yeah, something like that. There's a couple of giant pike in there.
Oh, my
I've
God, yeah.
in there. I was fishing and head was in one hole, tail was in another hole. It was huge. I started dancing. Oh! Boys, fellas, gangs, I'm going fishing tomorrow. I'm going on deck with Jeff.
Nice.
I need to go up to pick up my nephew. I'll be fishing with him. I'm gonna wake up at home in Poinette, close to Lake Wisconsin, and then kick it back to Madison before sunrise. I need to get up to my sister's place, so I'm not waking the whole house up too late. I'm gonna have to wrap it, fellas.
Thank you so very much for joining us.
Thanks for joining us.
We appreciate you, man. And we'll do, if you know, we'll probably do this again next month if everyone's down. You know what I
I'm
mean?
down.
Yeah, I'm down for it.
Just thinking, just like once a month, like last week of the month, we'll pick a day and talk about the upcoming month once a month.
Review last month, plans for next month.
Yeah, and you know what we should do in that one is like do a recap on what we said like for July's forecast, and then what our results were.
Oh, that's a
Not
good
bad.
call.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Another thing I'll put together next time, like a little video with like different fish that we've all caught, you know, to like play on the screen and stuff like that.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
You know,
That'd be pretty
Like
cool.
if somebody catches a trophy, make sure you get a good picture so that
Oh,
way
yeah.
it can be shown.
adding stuff to this. This was basically the what do they call it?
Prototype.
Yeah, it's like the prototype.
I want to know, can you make a recap video? If you were to, we do this again at the end of the month for next month, all right?
Yeah.
Can you make your own highlight reel for what you caught? Can you make your own highlight reel for what you've caught? Do you understand what I'm saying, guys?
Yeah.
And then when we come to this thing, have it posted so when you play videos, it'd be like, all right, here's a sum up. Make that video 1 minute long.
Yeah, make it a short.
Challenge out of it. Fishy, Shannon,
100%.
Yeah, you can make it a short.
for the month. See how we do it, right? Don't put
All
it up.
right, I'll do that. That's a good idea.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I have a lot of clips of me fishing, so yeah, we can do that.
That's
Just,
cool.
just for this video, just put it up. There's a challenge for all of us.
Hey,
All
real quick, what video editor do you use to edit?
I
Me?
use Shotcut.
Everybody. Drill and chill. You go first.
iMovie.
You use iMovie.
As simple as
Okay.
I love it. And I've been trained on all sorts of stuff, man. I played like you studied media in school. You got to do that. I was doing reel to reel and then learned into
Oh
the
yeah.
right
Yeah.
sets, 2 videos and whatever else and was editing. All right, so I know that just if I could just keep it simple, shoot what I need to shoot, delete the rest of it, and keep on
Yeah.
moving.
Oh yeah. If it works.
Extra junk footage because I already made the
Yeah.
video on YouTube. There's my record. There's my memory. It's there. I have it.
Yeah.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
Nice.
What do
What
you?
about you, Bob?
Oh, I use Shotcut. It's a free software. It just lets me like cut like time and then lets me implement some music and stuff.
Nice.
It's good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fishy things. What about you?
working.
I use KindMaster.
Kindmaster? I have not heard that one.
Yeah, when I first started YouTube, my wife just downloaded it for me and showed me how to use it. And I'm a simple guy. If something works, I just stay at it.
Yeah.
And you just keep better. You get better and better at it. Obviously.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
I use Filmora. It's called. It's a paid product, but it's a very powerful tool.
Right on.
It's got a lot of AI features in it. You just drop it in and just give it a theme, and it creates the whole thing for you. It's insane. That's how I do all my shorts.
What did I
Yeah,
have?
I use it for my video. Yeah.
Pro Editor, I think is what it was. Pro Editor, Editor Pro, Pro
I
Editor.
used to use Premiere, but
Premiere-
Premiere is so hard.
Premiere is probably the best, but it is hard to use.
Yeah.
I don't to run it on right now, so I just run it on the phone.
Well, I mean, I actually use Adobe Express for the shorts, but like for the long form, I use Shotcut.
Really, Express for shorts. I never thought of that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, because they have an online tool where I can just like crop, and it's pretty easy to use.
Yeah. I have the Adobe suite.
Now I want to go back and check out your editing again. I know, Shannon, you got some good effort into yours. I want to see what you're doing with yours, and you guys can go back and look at everything that I've done with just an iPhone.
Oh yeah.
I've done some studies on I've done some studying on like the really popular channels and like how they look.
Yep.
I mean, like there's a couple that do really good editing, but a lot of them are just like basically just like ours, basically.
Yeah.
It's
My influence for editing actually was a channel called Mindseed TV.
Mindseed.
And this guy's video, I model my video editing after his, because I took notes. I wrote down everything in detail, what he does, like how many zoom ins to the face or like a recipe. And I wrote it down and I applied it. That's how I do my videos. So they're more or less highlight clips.
Yeah. I mean,
Right.
but like for long form, like I've been looking at this channel called like First Cast Angling, and I'm just like, oh, he's a cat fisherman, but like his
Yeah.
videos are like really basic. He doesn't do any editing. He just like
Yeah.
he doesn't do like it's just like basically his footage, like raw footage, and he does extremely well. I'm just like, okay.
Sometimes
Yeah,
that's the best.
I'd say for like 75% of my shorts, I don't do any editing. Like I literally record it with my phone while I'm like releasing a fish or whatever,
Yep.
and then just
Yep.
upload it to the short, and that does great.
Yeah.
And then once in a while, I'll try and like edit a video to add music and make it like pop,
Yeah.
and it doesn't usually do as good as the unedited, just whatever.
Yeah. I bought that vidIQ and I use that, and I got to tell you, I'm not happy with it. I've been experimenting with it, and like the keywords that it was suggesting, when you're doing optimize, I changed a couple shorts like that, and my views were actually like half as much. One only got 23 views.
Yeah, but that's because like the more competitive words have just more people competing for them.
Yeah, that's true.
I think Adam
like-
wants to say his goodbyes.
West, goodbye, man. It just takes on forever and ever.
I know.
I know. I got to get
Thank you.
going myself.
Thank you, Drill and Chill.
Max,
Thank you so much, man.
I gotta get going too. Actually, I got a whole bunch of stuff. I gotta go through.
I'm probably gonna move. I gotta do something with the crypto channel. I'll probably just do a locational stream here, and then I might just move over. No, the other guy's still there on the other shore, so I can't go over there yet.
All right, sounds like we're all shutting her down. If everyone wants to say their goodbyes.
This is
All right,
this
see
is a
you
great
guys.
idea.
You get a
It's been,
cute.
it's been a great idea, man. It's a good idea.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
I'm
Again-
looking forward to the next one, definitely.
Please accept that challenge, guys.
All right.
All right.
Right on.
Highlight shorts of our catch for the month of July.
1 minute.
1 minute long, and it's a recap. And you
Yeah.
can't.
All right.
You got to keep it unlisted until the premiere, which is the stream we're doing. That's when it's shown for the first time. Each of
Wait,
us.
so should we just schedule it for like?
Yeah. You could schedule it or just keep it like unlisted.
Well,
that
yeah,
way,
so,
just
like-
a link.
At the end of July, we'll
Yep.
obviously all be in contact with each other, and I'll talk to everyone about their schedules, and we'll be getting this ready.
Yeah.
So just before we come to this live, we can all post it on our channel, and then I can easily just pull it up.
Last
You know
week.
what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that
Yeah,
would
yeah.
be
Does that
great.
make sense?
Oh,
That sounds
absolutely.
good.
Yeah. All you got to do is like create the short, upload it, keep it unlisted, but give you the link, and you got a copy of all the links. And then when you share the link on the thing, everybody sees it, and then the person that owns the video can make it public or whatever.
All right, that sounds good.
Because I think it'd be like, and that's the thing, like with the feeds that we do this month, we need to pump our people up about it too. Like, hey, guess what? Coming up at the end of the month, we got cast news. We're gonna have a recap. It's the first time being shown to anybody. You guys are gonna see it first, you know, and just get people hyped up, you know.
Yeah.
That way it turns into a mega stream. I mean, Isaac and Barks streamed the other day. You said he had 54,000 people. I couldn't believe that. I was like,
That's insane.
that is insane. He was freaking out. He told me, he wrote me. He's like, and his content, by the way, he's got good content.
Yeah, those important.
But yeah, he was just like, I can't, I've never had that many people at one time. It's like, dude, that's a dream come true. I'd love to have a stream with 54,000 people.
All right, guys, I'm gonna sign off. I'm gonna go to the bathroom or find one around here. I'll see you guys later.
Yeah, me too. You guys all take care, all right?
The world fades away.
Peace.
Waves are all I feel. The longer I stay, the more I hear. No steeple